You're muted. Nobody can hear us. You're muted. Nobody can hear us.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll just call that the opening mime segment.
Okay. I love miming.
We'll just call that the opening mime segment. I had shut my mic off like a fucking idiot, so. Yes, Atlantean and TWOOD. That's TWOOD. You already know him. He's here. We also have AFK. Here, get some applause for her, please, shall we? Gentlemen, applesauce, please.
Thank you for the applause. It makes me feel extra special.
Oh, yeah. May as well. I figured I'd start doing that with, guests. Just introduce them and then just have the applesauce sign. So
stop bringing up food, man.
Your total say, yeah, okay. Yes, thank you, Kai. How's it going? I realized that I, like an idiot, I shut my mic off. So, like usual, I'm just miming, kind of. Anyway, that's my favorite thing to do, too. I'm not going to lie. In the middle of a stream, just shut the mic. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit carried away. How's the week been for everybody?
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
It was short.
Another blur.
I didn't have to work Monday or Friday, so 3 days.
Really? Oh, yeah. It was a really short week. We also had Monday off. But I did have work on Friday. But generally, my weeks go, what? It was a week already? And then I have a weekend, and then it goes, what? It was a week already? So, yeah. I only seem to register the weeks when I reach Friday.
What the fuck is this?
My awesomeness?
No. Have y'all heard of anything called BoomerBot?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God! Please tell me it is like a bot that actually like looks for really stupid comments and then just replies with "Okay, boomer," because I would love that.
It did that to my post, actually, to my link.
Oh my God! Really?
I cannot make this shit up. I can't fucking share the screen because, you know what? I don't know. Oh, we have another guest here. I've never actually. I think I've streamed once with him. I'm sorry. I'll get to you. Culture Casino is joining us. Let's get some applesauce for him.
Well, that was awesome. I like that. I appreciate applesauce. Jeez.
Oh God! My excuse for going overboard with the overlays is I have a sub to this now. I'm making as much use of it as I can, and not just using not running out of hours.
No, you got to go for it, man. You got all those opportunities to throw up those special clips. Do it.
I love them. I had so much fun with them. So, since you're not going to be here with us for a very long time, how's the night going?
Oh, man, it's fantastic. I've been bouncing around different streams and stuff like that and just trying to promote. As you know, you got to go around and promote yourself. You got to let people see your face and let them hear your words and let them make a decision about how much of an idiot you are. So, and I go out there and act like a complete idiot all the time, so it's perfect.
I can definitely get behind the letting them know how much of an idiot I am part. I mean, case in fucking point. Here we go.
I love the glasses, man.
I could turn the idiocy up like to 11 if I want to go grab my hat, but I really don't feel like putting it on right now. So.
And AFK Bart's good people. You're building quite the monster here. So.
Yeah, I don't know what I did to get her attention. She just kind of latched onto me like a leech in the chat.
It's a nice leech.
Once you get me, you can't get rid of me.
I'm being serious. It's just one of those things. It's like, in the community, she started. I mean, I'm going to be fair. I didn't even know she was a she. I couldn't tell because the avatar.
Well, it didn't help that Jeremy kept calling her AFK Brad forever. It was hysterical.
The picture does look kind of like a Brad.
Yeah, it does look like a Brad. Oh God, I don't. If that's the case, I don't think Jeremy would ever be good at D&D aside from maybe being the muscle that goes must kill her.
Well, to be fair, I when was the first time Jeremy actually knew that you were the gender that you are?
I don't know. I don't even know if he does. I'm sure he does at this point because other people have just mentioned me in chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, we never really had a direct, conversation with each other.
We need to correct that.
I've never had a direct conversation with Jeremy either.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I stumbled across him like 2 or 3 years ago when his channel was like in the thousands. So I was just watching him grow. That was before I entered Twitter, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. I joined Twitter because of everybody that I've met here. So that was really cool.
It's a good grand old time. I'm not sure if I met Culture Casino or if he just popped on my YouTube channel one day and started talking.
I popped on your channel once. I popped on your channknow once. Because you were talking with some people that I knew. That's what happened, man. And then just goes from there.
Because I know you associate with Stephen Walton and the Fourth Wave in the chat.
Yeah.
So I know you there, and then. But it's like I don't know how I met half of these people. I feel kind of bad saying like, how did I meet you? It's like,
hey, you know what? All you have to do is say, man, it's Blur's Day, because for the last 2.5 months it's been Blur's Day.
It has been Blur's Day.
I woke up, it was Blur's Day. I woke up the next day, it was Blur's Day. So it's Groundhog Day, only completely different.
It's Groundhog Day. Happy dinosaur. Happy night to all. Yes, happy day to you, sir.
I actually would prefer Groundhog Day because you don't have to go to the store every once in a while because you just have the same stuff over and over again.
That's true. Think about eating as much as you wanted every single day.
God, that'd be amazing.
I don't want to think about it. I just do it.
Cheesecake Factory, here I come. I would just go down the entire menu every day. I'd just get something different. That thing would last me for months. That menu is huge.
Yeah, until the day you actually got out of the loop and then you realized what the hell happened.
Oh, good cheesecake all around.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing that you could really say is good at Cheesecake Factory is the actual cheesecake.
The actual cheesecake.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty meh.
It's true. I went there once with somebody who it was my brother and his girlfriend at the time, and I'm pretty sure she likes getting free food, so she pretended to find something in her burger, and then they gave it to her for free. It's pretty sweet. She waited until she was like 3/4 done with it, too. That's the way to do it.
I've never been to Cheesecake Factory, so
most supply chains end at Boston for us. So you never get that stuff in Maine.
I think we have a Cheesecake Factory up here.
I've never
seen the word factory. Yeah. Continue.
Definitely not a Cheesecake Factory in Bangor.
No, not in Bangor.
That sounds good. I was going to say, if you tack the word factory onto any restaurant, you're going to get more people. We've got a spaghetti factory. I don't know if it's anywhere else except over here. But they're really popular. And it's funny because they have lines up the wazoo, and it's just spaghetti. And it's the same for the Cheesecake Factory. It's all in, like, the hype. It really, they have, like, a good selection of cheesecakes. But aside from that, it's not that big a place, but there are lines up the wazoo for that one too.
Yeah, we had a chain. I don't know if they're still here. It was called the Spaghetti Company.
Ooh, yummy. God, I really
interesting.
want food now.
Yeah, I know this is bad. We're talking about food. Cheesecake, cake. Yeah, no,
Well,
we're not doing ourselves any favors.
I didn't do her any favors by showing her the video clip I did with the marshmallows either.
Yeah.
So,
Marshmallows, sauce,
applesauce.
cheesecake. Technically, if we're looking at slaughtering cows, a really good steak.
The sacred cat. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to that segment tonight, so I can't. I'm not gonna be able to show the clip, but I love that.
There's so many sacred cows you can slaughter, and then they're not sacred anymore if you slaughter them all the time.
Right. It's one of those. It's a hard thing to do, but I still like the segment. It's really funny.
Yeah.
The clip I made.
Yeah.
Out of hell with it. Might as well show it anyway. It's gonna be on a later segment, but I'll show it really quick just for the people watching.
That cow is saying, "Milk me."
Oh my god, that's like I said. We're not doing the segment tonight, but I figured I'm talking about it. We might as well do it. That's what one of the segments is going to be eventually. We kind of did that last week with Ocarina of Time, and it made a few people upset.
Really? Did we get nasty comments?
Oh, I don't think we got nasty comments, but Kai down there kind of is like, you know what? You're wrong. It's like I respect your opinion, but you're wrong about it.
Wait till we get to
Ocarina is a very sensitive topic, man.
Oh god.
Happy Dinosaur is so great. If you're having a bad day, go read whatever Happy Dinosaur posts on Twitter. It's uplifting every day. Every day.
He's a good fellow. As I've never actually had the chance to talk to the dinosaur. like I've had a chance to talk to the fish or to the dog, but to the dinosaur.
Well,
many unique individuals.
Oh, we have such a great community. The fourth wave, is insane. I can't believe how great it is. Ocarina of Time is still not great. What?
I'm not looking at the chat, so I can't tell if someone's talking crap.
I'm just
Lord Lane. So now
He threw up a. That's called trolling or baiting.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Oh, is he baiting?
No, but to be completely fair, I actually do enjoy Ocarina of Time, but I genuinely don't believe it's the be all end all of Zelda. It's not. But then again, I was also spoiled by Majora's Mask, which is disregarding the story events and the way the game itself goes, from a technical standpoint, from the way the engine runs and everything, it is the superior game. From the in-game models to the draw distance, it is the technically superior game. Whether the gameplay you like or not, that's completely up for debate. And if you don't, great. If you do, awesome. But
I have a good friend who's really into those kind of games, but I, for the life of me, can't make him play Majora's Mask.
Wait. Kai just said the smartest thing I've ever seen on YouTube in the last 20 minutes.
What, this one right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what?
okay.
I can agree with that. Breath of the Wild is absolutely amazing. And
I'm gonna be
good.
the stick in the mud here and say that Breath of the Wild is a very empty game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of areas that don't serve any purpose. There's not even a Korok seed in some areas.
That's the thing. That's the beautiful part about the game. Those areas don't need a reason to exist. They just do.
Then why?
It is very Skyrim. It's like Zelda.
Okay, you know what?
Exactly. No, AFK Bard's right. But if you're riding around in Red Dead Redemption 2, you're not constantly being attacked by stuff. There's emptiness. It's vast wilderness. You need to allow for this. That's what an open world should be.
I mostly complain about, like, I ended up in the corner of the map, and there was literally nothing. It was just me on a rock face, and it was raining, and I couldn't climb, and there was literally fuck all there. And it was like, why is this corner of the map even existing? And then it's like, now there are great moments in the game. Like, for example, I stumbled upon a fairy pony thing, and I caught it, and I'm like, yeah, this is the best thing ever. But there weren't as many of those moments as there could have been, and I don't think there was enough of that. And that's why I think the game could certainly be better. I'm looking forward to the sequel where they have more time to flesh out the good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They could have hidden Easter eggs or something if you go off in distances.
There was quite a bit of those I found in the game. Of course, I'm a completionist, so I'm one of those idiots that go out to the edge and find everything. But
there was only one fairy pony, and then there was a Ganon pony, but I couldn't find it. And I did look around. I did play the game and completed it, and I feel that the game. And then again, I'm not an open world game fan. This is like the first open world game I've managed to finish in years. But that's something to be said about two parts of its quality, that it did manage to make me. But if I were to have to say where it's weak, is that the stories are only told in the few segments that you have to find, or at the end, beginning and end. And like I said, some of the map just feels a little too empty in areas. And I think the sequel, because they're going to have more time to work on it, is going to be an improved version. It's going to be a Majora's Mask.
Probably.
Unless Nintendo phones it in. So
they will not. That game is their bread and butter. They lived forever on that one. And Mario Kart.
They phoned in Zelda games before, but I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
Phantom Hourglass comes to mind.
Well, I was gonna say that it's funny that even though Nintendo phones in Zelda every once in a while, I think it's still somehow it's kind of like the Star Wars effect where it's mediocre, but it still does great. Unlike Sonic, where they do a lot of mediocre crap games and no one buys them. So, like, somehow Nintendo has lucked out, and that people always want Zelda.
Yeah. As a classic Sonic fan, I actually haven't bought a modern Sonic game in a long time, other than Sonic Mania, or ever. I haven't played a single 3D Sonic, but yeah. I mean, people will buy. I feel like people will buy. Like, maybe this will come up in the sacred cow slaughter for Nintendo, but people will buy Nintendo branded dog turds.
Yes.
it's.
Well, yeah.
I'm
glad I didn't.
I got burned on that by buying Phantom Hourglass. Phantom Hourglass is hot garbage, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody who likes Zelda.
Yeah.
I think.
See, I would have collected their amiibos, but those are way too expensive.
Oh, did he mute himself?
I did.
Oh, okay. I don't have the name tags up, so I'm looking down on my studio here, and it's like muted. Like, did I accidentally mute him? And I clicked like, no, he muted himself. Okay. Yeah, I don't have.
I come across as a Nintendo hater, but it's because I want Nintendo to improve. They can certainly be better than what they do.
Oh, yeah, they could.
So
they could. I think part of the reason is too with the reason Zelda is so beloved. And this actually was the catalyst for the whole title of the stream last week. Why the Ocarina of Time bit is because someone I knew or I've talked to sort of went off the deep end and said, if it wasn't for nostalgia, people would hate on The Legend of Zelda like they do hate on Assassin's Creed. And it got me thinking. It's like, hold on a second, hold the fucking brakes here. And it's really good to examine this too. When you think about Zelda as a whole, what comes to your mind? Like, seriously. In general, core concept. What comes to your head first?
Link running around Hyrule.
Okay. What else?
The Triforce.
Gameplay wise, dungeons, exploration, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The core concepts.
Music.
Yeah, exactly. The core concepts are adventure, Triforce, evil pig lord, incarnation of Link, incarnation of Zelda, and everything. But each game is relatively different for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think of when you think of Assassin's Creed?
Altair running around stabbing people.
And that doesn't change at all, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Altair was only represented in the first two games, right? And then from there, we ended up with a different. Yeah, and then wasn't he also represented in the second game?
No, that
As
was
an old man?
Ezio. I think Altair
Ezio was
up.
the third game, right?
Ezio was the second.
Yeah.
I think Altair.
Oh, really? Okay, because
I haven't played beyond the first one. I played part of 2, but I've seen tidbits and everything.
Yeah.
And
I played every single Assassin's Creed game there is. I have them all.
Yeah.
And so I understand what you're saying. So, but I thought it was great, and the games are very, very similar. If that's where you were going, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So.
No, it's fine. Well, no, it wasn't so much it was just the comment that kind of made me think about what was going on. And it's like, if that's what he said. If it wasn't for nostalgia, The Legend of Zelda would get as much hate as Assassin's Creed. But that's why I brought up, think about what Legend of Zelda is about first. Because when you look at Assassin's Creed, for the most part, it's like the same game copy pasted over each other for like almost 11, 12 years now.
Yeah.
And that was sort of what sparked the title last week. It's like, it's like, when you think about this though, think of how long is it, like no spin-offs or anything like that. The Zelda series has about 15 games. The core games, not spin-off, not counting spin-offs like Four Swords or anything like that. Just to be fair to the comparison of Assassin's Creed. Over about 35 years, since like 1985, 86, right? 15 games in about that time. Yeah. Assassin's Creed, like I said, not counting any spin-offs, just sequels and core games, has been around since 2007 for about, 12, 13 years, and they have 11 games.
Yeah.
And it's like, how can you say that because of, if it weren't for nostalgia, people would hate Legend of Zelda, which has been around for 35 years, shares the same core concepts, but overall, each game is a vastly different experience compared to a game that's existed for 13 years and is almost 4 games shy of matching Zelda with, say from Assassin's Creed 2 to, I don't know, about 7 of the games basically being released sequentially, one right after the other, like every year. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, not to knock the Assassin's Creed series too much, but for the most part, they're all copy pasted over each other. It's like, what's the core premise of Assassin's Creed? You're a guy in a modern day world pretending to be this assassin in a memory.
Yeah, you're trying to recover. You're trying to recover or locate pieces of Eden. And in the more recent games, you're actually trying to unravel a puzzle about the ones that came before, the precursors. So, I mean, the depth of the lore has grown over the course of the games from the original 2. It's been actually so. I guess some of it has to do with how into the lore you are, kind of like with a lot of games. A lot of games can be that way, where if you're invested in the lore, I mean, people who are going to be overly invested in Cyberpunk 2077, like me, also are invested in the lore of Cyberpunk, and have, it's that level of investment. So I always tell people, and this is the truth with video games, movies, television. I'm like what you like. Don't let anybody tell you differently. If you liked The Rise of Skywalker, good for you. If you liked the middle movie, which PLJ,
you shall not say.
Yeah, if you like that,
I'll say it for you. The Dwindling Jedi.
Yeah,
The Dwindling Space Wizard, just to be a snide asshole.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Big comment on the whole like what you like, but my only problem is sometimes people in the video game fandom, especially, will get into something like I said. A lot of Nintendo fans will get into something and they won't branch out, right? And video gaming's vast. Like I've seen a lot of people who won't play games until they come out on Switch, even though they've been available on something else for a long time. It's like, well, I want to play it portably, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. It's like, it's available on Steam for $5, and like it could be a game that'll work on a potato, right? And you're just refusing to play it. This is not on the Switch. It's like, branch out. It's okay. Go ahead.
No, you're 100% right. There are homogenous gamers. They will only do it on that one platform, which is odd. So, but there are oddities in this world. Now, we are here with a famous gamer, AFK Bard, who was AFK is away from keyboard, as we all know, as the nerds that we are. and she was part of Sickest of All, still is, I believe. And so so that anyway. So I would like to say, famous gamer, strong opinion.
I'm so famous that no one's heard of me, and I barely play any games whatsoever anymore. But thank you for that.
No, it's true. It's true. But no, I think you're right. I think to your point, you're 100% right. I agree with you. It's dumb that people are console monogamous. How's that? Is that a good way to put it?
Right. And like even in this, there's a lot of Zelda clones out there that have given it a goddamn great try. And I would encourage any Zelda fan to give them a try, like the Dark Cloud series on PlayStation 2. There's a few on Genesis. There's one called Crusader of Sentia on Genesis. I think would be a good playthrough that a Zelda fan would like, but they'll never give it a try because it's
Well, you just mentioned you mentioned a great platform, Steam. Steam, you can have a game on PC, you can have a game on Mac, and if they make both versions, you can play it on both devices, and the game could be slightly different on either device. If you
can also lend it to friends through Steam.
Exactly. Yeah. If any family share and all of that, which is really cool. That particular platform is awesome, right? Yeah. So when we start to get closer to what it will be complete platform sharing, because we're going to get there.
Yep.
We'll have a unity that will be unmatched. Now, there is a gaming company that's trying to prevent that. They're called Microsoft. And the Game Pass is a way to keep it in the family as far as they're concerned. So, but I think you're going to see a lot more cross-platform unity, and I think that'll help the Switch owners because they're going to play some games that are only ported in that way that they have to subscribe if you're not console. Somebody's having a good time. So anyway,
I don't know. I just bring this up because I saw somebody comment about like how they wanted to play a game and they were excited it was coming out on Switch for like $20. I'm like, that's available on Steam right now and it plays
$4.99, dude. $4.99.
So what?
Well, just because AFK Brad wanted to see these. See, I have these amiibos.
That's cool.
You meaning?
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
I have the whole set. That's from Ocarina of Time.
Aww.
Yeah.
I'm having way too much fun with the banners. I'm sorry.
I love that banner. That one you should throw up every once in a while. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I meant to get myself a Kirby amiibo, but I never did. I don't even know if they're available anymore.
You know what?
Oh, man,
you can still find them. You can still find them. Every once in a while, something will walk across my eBay. Every once in a while, my something will walk across my eBay shopping list or whatever, or I'll see it. I'll see it go up for used on in new inbox or whatever they call it.
Delete that
in Amazon.
It looks like Nintendo's abandoning Amiibo too, right? Like it doesn't look like they plan on doing them.
No, they're still using it on the Switch.
Yeah,
they have Amiibos that they released for Splatoon 2.
Yep.
So it's like specifically for the Switch. So I don't think that they're giving up entirely because it is very useful for the games that they have right now.
Yeah.
And they have to make them backwards compatible for their next console release because they're going to have these games that are going to play on multi-consoles. So, but as far as are they getting away from making them? Yes, they are.
Or they could just say, I don't think they're going to struggle too much with the whole backwards compatibility of the Amiibo stuff because they could probably use just the same hardware.
The Amiibos are just RFID chips.
Exactly.
And say,
sorry.
No, it's fine because they the little whatever the stupid device is in the Switch. I can't speak tonight.
Yeah, it's an RFID reader they call it.
It works kind of like the one for because I have the one I had the one for the 3DS. I bought it to use the Metroid Amiibo I bought for Samus Returns. I really don't care for that game. I'm not gonna lie. I love Metroid. I don't care for the way they did Samus Returns, which is a remake. If you're not privy,
that's a video game for the SJWs. Point that one out to them next time.
No, they don't play anything that disproves the narrative.
They don't
Oh
say
yeah,
anything
that's
that proves the narrative either.
Well, the goal is not even to acknowledge it. You don't even pretend to know that the game exists. So
I am looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077 in a way that I don't think anybody else is. I think that being able to completely customize your character in ways that you couldn't even do in the previous game, and I'm talking about the gender bending weirdness that you can do. I'm talking about the true character, the true idea behind Cyberpunk, in that you can just continually upgrade yourself. I'm very pumped up about that. I and it's an open world game, and it's CD Projekt Red. So if you played Witcher 3, you are getting a cyberpunk version of that game, and the DLC that's on the way already, that's coming with this game, it's going to be ridiculous. There's going to be 300 hours of playtime in this game by the time we're done. It's going to be incredible.
That is awesome. Oh God. He tried to burn.
I don't know why I thought of this just now, but there's a vaguely interesting piece of my video game collection that I had a friend get me in South America, and it's called the X Game 360. It's an NES clone inside of an Xbox 360 shell.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Wow.
So my friend was going to Colombia, and I said, "Dude, can you bring me back one of those things?" He's like, "Yeah, I've never seen a single one of those things." And he comes back. When he comes back, he's like, "Here, Tristan, here you go." I'm like, and he hands it to me. It's in like a pizza box size thing, and yeah, it's a really hollow plastic shell. I have a whole host of pictures of it somewhere, but it's a Famiclone, and they're sold in South American countries, but they end up in 90 billion different shells depending on what's popular at the time.
Wow.
That's
cool.
They actually have a clone. They call them poly or something like. He said that the term they use for these things is called poly, and I think that's based off the original name Poly Station. But
all right.
Yeah, it was an interesting little side note in video games.
Tristan, buddy, I got to interrupt you for a second.
Yep.
We have another guest here. She hasn't joined me in quite a while, actually. I'm happy she's here. Miss I saw that. Rosetta, here we go. Applesauce, please. Ready?
You didn't see nothing. I'm an innocent angel.
Okay. Well, we got the more corrupted one here up in the right-hand corner, so you're safe.
Actually, I'm pretty sure some of the stuff that I've written and done that's a little more raunchy is going to be public very soon.
Well, that's okay. What?
I've got somebody trying to dox me.
Oh, okay.
That's one of my favorite words in the world. Raunchy.
I'm sending you a link, Atlantean. This was posted today. This picture's over a decade old from DeviantArt. That means they're trying to track my past.
Were you sending it to me in Twitter?
Mm-hmm. This was posted today. And they're like sitting there thinking like they got me on this. And I'm like, there's nothing on that page that rivals half of the shit I've said with Jessie Milestone when I'm on her streams. Ooh, I used to write horror and erotica. I really care if somebody sees it.
I mean, I don't want to get into it publicly on a stream, even though I don't have much of a friggin' watch base right now. By the way, thank you for everybody.
Sorry, I'm just laughing right now that somebody actually would try to dox me.
Oh no, it's fine. I'll ask. I saw it, and I have no idea who the hell that person is. But that said,
I think I know, but I won't say it publicly right now.
No. I mean, like, I don't know who they are on Twitter at all.
Because it's a sock account.
Oh, it is a sock account.
It was made up about 3 days ago, and it's been stalking 3 different communities, trying to act friends to all of them and threatening people in all of them.
Huh. I got nothing.
And I'm pretty sure I know who it is behind the account.
I'm pretty sure we all do, but we're not.
Is that like Gobblers something or another?
No.
Oh, okay, because that was one. That's a new sock floating around trying to get into the G&G guys. So this is starting to become a real issue. Is there with this kind of junk?
Yeah. This is so pathetic. So I just posted my honest opinions on it. So what if you find it? It's a public page, and I didn't take it down when I went to be a public persona. So obviously, I don't give a shit if people see it.
Yeah, it's not. That's I don't know. People, it's freaking Twitter. Twitter culture is becoming Karen culture. We're just gonna call it that from now on. Karen culture.
And they're doing that at Twitch too. There's been many much Karens over there.
Yeah.
I can be more offensive than I've been. I can
Does
go
anybody
there.
want to develop a game I thought up recently? It was Karen, the dating sim.
Wow.
We need to hear this, Tristan.
Oh, well, I mean, I have the opening scene for the main target heroine already. You're walking into a Walmart and you stand up to the service desk and then you see her. The world parts and you see her bitching at a poor service, and then the world goes all sparkly and there she is, the woman of my dreams.
Oh God, that is awesome.
Karen, the dating sim, coming 2020.
Nothing you do will please her. Just a forewarning, Culture Casino. He thinks of some really screwed up things, like far worse than I could think of. He's funny.
Oh, I love it. I'm excited. I would help with that game development. I would do some voiceover work for you.
My
got a
favorite
good voice. You can do.
My favorite bit we've ever talked about, and I will go back to this constantly because it was one of the greatest things, was his bit about the Disney park thing and the Star Wars thing.
Oh, jeez.
I love it. I fucking love the story.
A theoretical way to recoup all the costs on that they've lost on Star Wars. Yeah. Do you want me to actually do it?
You can if you want. I'm not saying you can't. I was just saying that's one of the best.
Culture Casino's here. He might be interested. He's got a vaguely interested look on his face. Oh, okay. Well, it was a theoretical way that Disney could make back the money they're losing. You can't do it now with COVID-19, unfortunately. But I was figuring, maybe if they got Ryan Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy in a stockade and charged fans several $100s to huck rocks at them and maybe even dress up as Jedi.
You can still do that. You just have the stockade 6 feet apart and make people line up 6 feet apart to do it.
Okay.
I'm very excited about this. I like this idea. Can I lick the rocks before I throw them at her?
For a nominal fee, yes.
Because the next thing I was going to ask if I could do might be a little significant upcharge.
Yeah.
No! Oh God, no!
What was it like?
Almost everything's available just for an additional fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like like an extra $50 you could dress up as a Jedi.
Yeah.
An extra $100 you could dress up as Darth Maul and hit him with a lightsaber.
Yeah. For $1,000 you get the whole package. You actually get to film it, and you get the whole crawl at the beginning.
See, what are we talking about?
Now you've got my interest. I am on board for this. Yeah.
I'm so confused.
All right. Well, on that note, despite the increase that we've just had in our intellectual quality, I need to go. I have to eat dinner. I'm going to pass out.
Well, it was nice to see you, even if it was only for a few
Rosetta.
minutes.
Oh, I know you guys. You know what? I'll try and lurk on you. After during supper and so on.
Go ahead, lurk. I've already got some creepier ones.
Culture. We're going to be going on for at least another couple hours or so. Okay. So if you get back from supper before we end, right around 11:30, you're welcome to come back.
Oh, sure thing. I made a commitment elsewhere. We'll see if that holds up. But absolutely,
of course.
Yep. You guys keep going because I'm out here watching, even if it's not live. You know what I mean?
I thank you for joining. It's an honor. We'll have to do this again.
No, you guys are great, and absolutely great to meet you. And you got the two lovely ladies here that I'm huge fans of. So thank you very much. Have a super night, guys. If I don't come back, okay?
Yes. Applause.
All right,
applesauce. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm really having way too much fun with those.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Next to
apologize
AFK,
either.
talk about being worried about things. I have to be worried about her comments about boobs.
Yeah.
And why
Why
aren't
would
you
you-
ever on camera anymore, AFK?
Probably for
Oh,
that
because
reason.
I'm super lazy.
So, I've got
Yeah.
busted foot.
Oh,
What's your
I
excuse?
either have to have the computer up on my, have the camera on my computer, which requires me to set it all up, or I have to hold my phone the whole time. And I'm technically writing at the moment, so I'm just being
Which
lazy
is
with my dog
why
and
I
my
won't be here very long. The laptop's not working StreamYard's right, and I'm having to balance my freaking phone, and my new phone's quite big.
Ooh, Rosetta has a big phone.
I've got a lot of big things, darling.
I'm keeping my
Phone,
eyes focused on my fucking desktop right now. Just.
I believe
Big
I
things.
believe the topic of the evening was mobile gaming, and that we were
Well,
going to shit on.
there was a couple topics of the evening, but I did want to have an opening as well because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a few things I wanted to talk about as well before we got into the roasting of the marshmallows. One thing I don't know if Tristan has been paying attention to this, but on Memorial Day, our favorite website, Comic Book Resource, posted some really shit article about about Captain America.
Comic book resource.
You want to know the best part?
Yeah.
They deleted the article, but it can still be found on the web archive. Someone fucking archived it.
Well, yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, but I didn't expect it to be archived. I'm like, I found the link again in my history. It's like, you know what? I want to see if this is actually archived. And so I was like, you know what? Because I know it was deleted. It's like, yeah, 404, we got you. So I copied and pasted the link into the search bar. Sure enough, pops up May 25th. It's fucking right there.
I just have one opinion about Comic Book Resource and their little troll writers. See this, darlings?
I'm sure you're riveting them right now, Rosetta.
And again,
Yummy.
people think they're going to intimidate me by sharing what's on my DeviantArt. What have I said with the stuff I do on freaking Jesse's channel?
Probably a lot.
Think about Milestone's mouth and her sexuality, and think about me over there when I was on Muscle Relax.
But that was a
That night,
yeah,
hon,
that was
remember?
one of the greatest things.
you gave me those? I was on her stream.
Yeah. But yeah, Tristan, they did that. On Memorial Day, they posted a really stupid article about why you've seen the first Captain America film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whoever was writing it, and I looked at his profile on there. He only wrote 3 articles, and it's like the first one there, chapter 11 to it. Chapter 11 on the evil ones would be good, I think. But they wrote this long-winded article about why him choosing to go to the army was selfish, because he was a scrawny little spit fuck, to borrow a phrase.
It's funny because the main reason why I didn't like him to begin with was that he was too goddamn noble. Or selfless, and that's funny because it's like they're just like he was.
But he's
not
like,
willing
no,
to
my
stay down. I
immediate-
can do this all day.
Here's the funny thing, though, and someone may not like me about this. The article actually started off trying to make a good point, and then they fucked it up. Come the second paragraph, like, okay, you might be going somewhere with this because to a certain. Did we just lose people? Oh shit. Oh, I think I might have pissed a lot of people off. That's okay. I don't. I care. It's. But it's like he was sort of making a good point, and then, like usual, they fucked it up. It's like how do you go from making a good point to suggesting that anybody who wants to fight and join in the military and serve on the front lines is selfish because they don't want to be relegated to, staying home and supporting the front line? It's not the same
I'll
thing.
be back soon. I gotta check something real quick.
Okay. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then they deleted. This is on Memorial Day. Then they deleted the article. So that was great.
Yeah, right.
Poorly thought out and then launched on a bad day.
Yeah, it was posted on Memorial Day. It was fucking deleted on Memorial Day. It was glorious. I'm gonna try and find the article again so I can read it and just rag on it some more. That's the first thing. Did you also hear about? And we're delving a little bit political. Kathy Griffin. Have you been paying attention recently, Tristan? You heard what Kathy Griffin was going on about?
Well, didn't she like a while ago? Didn't she do something anti-Trump that was?
Yeah, a long time. I'll say a long while. It's like a few years ago. She did a photo op with a mock head of Orange Man.
And then killed her own career. Yeah,
it's just like it killed her career like that. Well, apparently she made an angry tweet. I mean, not that she had much of a career to kill anyway. It was already on fucking life support.
Yeah.
But I guess she tweeted recently talking about Trump. What did she say? What exactly what she said? Something about fuck. And backlash. I looked this up earlier and say, what did she say in her tweet? Yes. I say Trump at diabetes. Because it was Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta said something. It said Trump at diabetes event at the White House. I don't use insulin. Should I be? And then I guess Kathy Griffin commented on that tweet saying syringe with nothing but air inside would do the trick. Fuck Trump. Like,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she talks a lot of shit, but it's like she's receiving backlash again. It's like you do realize you can't kill it. That you can't kill your career twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just say,
in general,
but no matter what side, I just feel it's so immature when anybody responds saying anything like that to anybody.
Oh, it's so stupid. It makes me laugh because it's funny as hell. But at the same time, it's like you know what happened the first time, right? It's like you're taking it a step further, and then you're gonna act surprised when the fucking CIA knocks on your door.
I think the biggest concern.
They just knock on the door like CIA.
No, you know what she's doing? She did it first time around for shock value, and she misgauged because she didn't have the reaction she wanted. Too many people were shocked and outraged, even the people she wanted to be on her side. Now she's acting out again because she thinks that she can do it again because she'll have the people on her side and she'll become famous again. Yeah. She's only writing this because she thinks that it's going to get her somewhere again.
That's what everybody does. Freaking Madonna did the same thing, fucking Madonna, Ashley Judd going off the deep end about the orange Cheeto in the office is like, what the fuck are you Hollywood elites really gonna say? You think of us as peasants and you're talking to us from up on that hill, like, I say now.
Let me just try to butt in here, but I just want to say that there's this more serious issue going on here, and that's that these people are sick. They're literally sick. They hate somebody so much. They have so much hate for Donald Trump that they're letting it go to their heads. And they're not, like, I'm not even trying to make a joke about this. This is something that seriously concerns me because I see it in famous people and I see it in people on my own personal Facebook. These people are fucking sick. If Donald Trump were to get assassinated, these people would be celebrating. And
they absolutely would.
That is fucking twisted. If you hate somebody, you shouldn't celebrate the death of another human being.
You shouldn't celebrate the death of any human being.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to browse Imgur on my phone when I'm just chilling out sometimes. And it's getting to be a point where I can't do it because every other post will be an anti-Trump post because they're letting the anti-Trump posts stick around.
Yeah, Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and every post that comes out that says they don't want it, like, gets pushed down to the bottom so it doesn't get seen. They're manipulating things so that they're more of a social network than they were before. And it used to be just a place you'd see shit that comes from Reddit and 4chan every once in a while. But it's there. It's getting so bad that you can't even fucking read it. I saw people. I didn't unfriend them, but I had to block their messages because every day it was at least 3 different Trump.
You just kind of unfollowed.
Trump did this. Trump did that. It's like, fuck.
Like I said, I wasn't going to get into the current events, and I really don't want to.
I'm not talking about current events.
No, I know. I was going to say something, similar to that vein, people going on, but I really don't want to get into it. So there's that. But hey, has anybody noticed that Kathy Griffin kind of looks like Andy Dick if he was on drag and cocaine?
Yeah. she's a budget Reba McEntire.
Like, have you seen Andy Dick in dressing up in drag for laughs?
Yeah.
If you give him if you were to give him like a make him look gaunt like the Crypt Keeper, you would have Kathy Griffin.
Yeah. But
I can't say that I've seen her do anything ever. I never really liked her, but when I lived with my dad, he watched her reality show. So I did see some of that, which was really stupid. And then, I don't know, this recent stuff was kind of stupid too. Although I did love watching her, but only on the New Year's stuff, but only because Anderson Cooper was my boo. And I loved watching him just like stand there uncomfortably for hours. Like you could tell he hated her, and it was so much fun just watching him year after year just get tormented by her. So that's the one thing I really miss.
Just that like
yeah, he's just standing there smiling, and she's just pushing him around and pushing him around.
Kathy Griffin, she's like, oh god, so fucking terrible. I love these fucking tickers. I'm sorry.
I don't know. My favorite one that happened at the time was the Eminem bullshit, where Eminem like made a music video hating Trump, and that was
really.
That was Snoop Dogg.
You didn't hear about that? Eminem made like this.
The long-winded freestyle rap on BET.
Yeah, it was freestyle.
Yeah,
it was bad. Holy shit! Like Eminem used to be like really good with lyrics. That's why
Eminem is still pretty good. The problem was he was jacking himself off with the fucking hate Trump shit. It's like, okay, dude, give it a fucking rest. We know you like Colin Kaepernick. We know you like everything else. And yeah, I really wanted to make I'll explain later because I really wanted to make a Colin Kaepernick joke, but someone might flag me for insensitivity.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's a very, very good reason because it is a very sick joke, but I still think it's absolutely hysterical.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably
like I said, it was also related to current events. That's why I was like, I'm not going to talk about it. As much as I want to make the joke, it would be in very poor taste.
There is a giant monster attacking New York City in the Daily Planet right now. My gosh.
Happy Dinosaur, you're wrong. We call those husbandos.
Wait, what? You say bondos?
Husbandos or something like that. Because waifu is wife, and like it's a Japanese pronunciation of wife.
Husbando.
Japanese words end in vowel noises.
I love them, especially words that they took from the English language, because it sounds even more adorable when you try to say it. Like, keiki. I want some keiki. Pass me some orangey. Oh, gosh. I just love it. Oh, and my favorite, I always say it slightly wrong, is futeboru. For like football. So great. I took Japanese in high school. I was such a weeboo. But
I don't think she's noticing.
Didn't get anywhere with it.
Like I said, I'm having way too much fun with the tickers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Go for it, man. The longest Japanese sentence that I can remember how to say is what is it? Oh, Kuruma de Gakko ni ikimashita. I probably pronounced it horribly wrong, but that was I went to school in a car. So there you go.
Yeah.
I think
really random.
I think like the only thing I really know how to say is "Toire wa doko desu ka?" I think I said that right.
Wait, what's the first part?
"Toire wa doko desu ka?"
I know the doko desu ka. That's where is this or where?
I was asking where the toilet is.
Oh, that's otorete. Or
oh wait, no.
I don't remember what the other word for that, but definitely otorete.
I don't fucking remember it. Otore, yeah.
I know they got some great Japanese to English words.
There was a girl that I played on PlayStation Network with on Friday the 13th, and she was teaching me a little bit.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Don't do that. I'm gonna gag.
my Japanese teacher was the whitest white guy ever, but he was married to a Japanese lady that he met in Japan. So, like, there was like that connection because he like taught over there for a while. But my God, he was so annoying.
Okay, and then the third news topic I wanted to talk about. I think this is funny as fucking hell. Like I said, we're not really going to get political. We're just going to point and laugh. Have either one of you been following Joe Biden?
Yeah.
And his antics?
No.
Well, not closely, but I'm a fan of.
How much he screws up.
Yeah.
Didn't he fart or something, or was that a meme?
I don't know.
That's how much I follow him.
He's losing his marbles, and he just says the randomest, like some of the most random shit. Like one of the streams, he was I think it was like one of those like a town hall, but it was far away. It was over the internet, and he was standing there at the podium. The cameras were on. He was just looking there like he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know it was there, and he turned around and like started talking to the wall. Or
oh my God!
And it's just like. It's like people are still going for this guy. It's like you do realize he's losing his fucking marbles. It's like it's not even dementia or anything like that.
Well, there's the thing that I think that their PR kind of forgot about, right? It's like if you're like the person you were campaigning with, like you're trying to make look good, is bad in a certain area, you avoid that area and you focus on other ones. He is very bad with like unscripted speeches. He cannot do that, and they shouldn't allow him to do that as much as he's doing, because every single time he flubs it, he ends up looking like he's forgetting everything. He just can't do that. Like I don't know. Because there was like back in the day when television came out, right? They were saying how what was the president right before that? Was it the one in the wheelchair?
I don't know. Before
was
TV
it Roosevelt?
came out?
Yeah, Roosevelt.
Yeah, before TV, Roosevelt. He was in a wheelchair, and they were saying how he wouldn't have gotten the vote had there been TV because no one knew that he was handicapped.
Right. Yeah,
and so, like, the second you see things, it starts changing your opinion. And I'm just saying he's not showing himself in a good light.
The second he gets on the debate stage, well, I wouldn't say the second, but I believe that I would be willing to bet money that Joe Biden is going to go into a deranged rant in the middle of a debate against Trump.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, it's just going to be an old man rant that he can't control.
It's going to be like, he's going to have a moment like he did in the debates. He's like, he stopped. He's like, why am I stopping? Nobody else stopped.
Yeah, he's going to get angry, and he's going to go off on a tangent. And Trump's going to he's going to be like,
Trump is just going to look at him. It's like, I don't honestly, just from the way things are going, I don't think Trump is going to want to, touch him. I don't think Trump's going to want to go after him, debate him.
You're just torturing an old man who can't defend himself.
Yeah, it's like, why would you do this?
Trump doesn't need to. Let's just be honest. And this is coming from me. I'm very bipartisan, which I was corrected for. Thank you, someone on there. Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm looking at it in the middle, and both of them look ridiculous. But I'm sorry, but Biden is insane, and Trump's got a very strong position, and we know from history, and I'm just saying historically, there's never been a president who didn't get voted in a second term during a wartime.
Yeah.
This is intense. This isn't a war, but it is a war, and we're really stretched thin, and I think that he's just not going to be usurped,
Yeah.
The other thing I want to point out is that Trump is a very frustrating person to debate against, and then many people lost their cool with him, right? But these people were at least in sound mind; they were able to stop. But when you're old and kind of getting down that line of being a bit more of an invalid, like you're not going to be able to stop. This is going to be bad, right?
Well, let's just be honest. Trump is kind of trolling them like people troll with memes.
Yeah,
like he goes in, he knows exactly what to say to rile them up, and when he says things that they try to correct him on, he's like, "Well, whatever, that's what I heard," and he knows that that's good enough for the people who are listening.
Yeah,
like he plays the room, and I can't fault him for that. He is a businessman.
And
And I think honestly, that makes him so strong in this. He's always not been the political guy. Like when he was running, even he was like the business one. He was like, I'm not this, I'm not that. And I think right now, especially with tension so high on either side, that is going to keep the majority with him too. Is that he's obviously against a lot of the Republicans that he works with. He doesn't like any of the Democrats. He's going to do what he wants to do, and a lot of people like that right now.
Yeah.
Say Trump has never really been known to like establishment. That said, he's never really been known to really adhere to one party or another. Like throughout his lifetime, especially his history on Twitter, he would for one time he would play more towards Democrats. The other side he would play against them and whatever. And it's like he doesn't necessarily have a favorable opinion of either one.
Yeah. Happy Dinosaur made a decent. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, I don't think for a minute he's going to deny that he's an asshole. But then again, when you really think about it, he's been in the negotiating business for fucking 40 plus years. He's been a businessman for most of his for pretty much all of his adult life.
Yeah.
It's like you learn some shit, especially when you work with the media. You know what they like, you know what they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to say.
And I know a lot of people bring up that he has a lot of, problems with bankruptcy and stuff. But dude, the guy's still here. I mean, that's success.
Four bankruptcies. Four bankruptcies out of how many is a fucking venture capitalist? 4 bankruptcies.
Yeah, and yet he's still on top. It's like obviously this guy's doing something right.
Well, it's like he has like a 96% success percentage with most of his businesses. Because, like I said, there's a lot of ventures he had. 4 of them tanked, and bankrupt doesn't necessarily mean gone to defunct.
Oh right, yeah.
Either. But it's just
bankruptcy is kind of like a safety net, so to speak.
But I forgot where I was going to go with Biden. Oh, one of his recent comments that I heard about that put me out of my seat laughing. It was so fucking stupid. He was on one of his tangents, and he was like talking to somebody. He says, "If you don't vote Democrat, he's talking to black people."
Oh yeah,
something along the lines of, "If you don't vote Democrat, you're not black." And it's
like
wow.
A whole race of people has to think exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh, that's that. I think he got that from Obama, who was talking to white people. Said, if you don't vote Democrat, you're not white. So,
well, it's like okay, so that's like that video that was kind of circulating on YouTube when that deer lady came out and she was like, I think all white, like all gamers are this and that, and like so it has like this response of this gamer, and it like pans to the mirror, and he's a black guy, and he's like. And he goes to swear at himself because clearly he's a white supremacist. And it's just like, that's the embodiment of the just ridiculousness of the other side.
Oh, and then she went on. Then she. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, that's it.
And then she fucking went on to backpedal. It's like I can't even mimic that voice because it's just like, how do you do that?
I saw that video. Like I saw that apology, and it's a non-apology.
Did you see my video on the deer girl?
I've seen a bit of news with the deer girl.
I did
on the internet.
I did a quarantine chat, Tristan. You should check it out.
Yeah, but
I gotta say, I have no problem with deer people because I know there's a lot of furries out there too. But what she was talking about is the real issue. Yeah, but I gotta say, with the deer thing, it does get a little creepy.
Furries are also a diverse group, and actually, from what I understand, a lot of them are on our side.
Oh yeah, totally. It's weird how many I've come across.
There used to be a war between furries and the gamers, and now it's just like, nah, we're done with this. There's something worse going on now.
Yeah, it's weird, but I mean that. More and more, this is the thing. The Fandom Menace currently is a title that seems to be tagged on to like a very like loud, or a very specific group that's labeled themselves as that. But I mean, it's the movement itself is bigger than that, and I think that there's so many more groups that fall under it without really saying that they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, it makes sense. Like, there's so many people in these other groups that are getting marginalized because of this Me Too and SJW and stuff movement. And they're ones that you wouldn't even think about. And they're there, and they're silently saying the exact same stuff that we are.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's the minority that's so loud and crazy. But, you know, I think there's more and more who are joining us. It's just that we have to kind of find them, and we have to be more open about accepting them too, which I think out of every group out there right now, the Fandom Menace is the most opening. I've like never met so many diverse people, you know?
All right, so what is it? What is Happy Dinosaur? Dinosaur, what are you talking about? A Supreme brand?
Are you asking for my pizza recipe? Is that what you're asking for? Because I'll take my computer in the kitchen. I'll show you how to prep a $4 pizza into like something that tastes actually good.
Oh god! And the last thing I actually want to talk is actually kind of really stupid. I saw a tweet online on on the fucking Twitter. Oh, was it? It was somebody on a podcast or something. I don't know if it was true or not. Somebody speculating. What are you giggling at? I don't want to know.
Sorry, it just took me a second to catch it with a tweet online, and then I was thinking, you boomer.
Hey, now.
I looked on a website online. I checked my email in my email inbox. Oh gosh, I love it. It's so cute. Keep going.
I swear to God, I'm gonna strangle myself if she keeps calling me cute. I like it, but at the same time, it's like, stop it. Like, I am not cute. I am evil. I'm like a little bat that you see in those petting memes. It's like, stop! I am the night.
Thou dost protest too much.
What was I saying? Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, someone was talking about, I guess somebody was speculating on why, because Rey, have you seen The Rise of Skywalker, Tristan, the end of it?
Yeah, I've seen this whole movie.
Yeah, well, people were speculating at the end. You know, it's like, what? It looks like a double-bladed lightsaber. It's like, why didn't she have it? And people were speculating that JJ, you know, that some people would assume that a double-bladed lightsaber would be, you know, akin to evil.
Yeah.
And I guess they were I guess there was talks about it. It's like, you know, people speculating. It's like she wanted to have a double-bladed lightsaber and everything.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
Dude, I used to think a double lightsaber would be pretty cool, but I honestly would love to dual wield. Yeah. That would be really fun.
That would take a lot more practice, I think. Because
it's not just like to.
Huh?
I was going to say, I'd like to think that if I was a Jedi, at that point I would have the skill, and it would just be awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, at that point, you wouldn't be worried about just your dominant hand. You'd have to be worried about your offhand, too. And usually, offhand strength is, you know, is usually a bit off compared to dominant hand. I'm speaking in D&D terms, but it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. That's why you use the one lightsaber as a defensive saber, and you don't outwardly attack with it. And then when they come to swipe at you, you bring it up, and then you bring your fighting one around to hit them in the side. What's happening?
I don't know. I don't know how to fix Star Wars, but I was actually thinking that I could actually fix. And this isn't a joke. I think you could actually fix Captain Marvel, but you'd have to make her lose her powers. You'd have to humanize her.
Oh, she's so OP. Yeah, I can't deal with her right now.
More about her losing her powers early on.
Yeah,
and her having to overcome the challenge of not having her powers and still be a hero. That would
you just wrote a movie or something in a movie that they should totally do, but they probably won't. Yeah, you know how they have the X-Men now? Just freaking bring Rogue in and have her freaking suck Marvel's powers. The end.
Yeah, but at the end, you know, this will give Captain Marvel something to overcome, and she will become more of a true hero. She didn't really have much to overcome in the first one, other than I kind of got this image of what they were trying to say about her trying to get up, and like it showed her in her past, like overcoming hurdles and getting up off the ground, but like it didn't really have an impact. But this one would be like She went from
Yeah.
taking down a Thanos class battleship in one hit to, being human again.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. That's the one thing I didn't really understand from the Captain Marvel movie. Because generally, when you're watching something like that, there's like something that a character has to overcome, right? And then they'll like establish it in a flashback. And in the flashback, I didn't so much see it as a problem so much as every single time she gets back up, anyways.
Yeah.
And so at the end, when she gets back up anyways, they act like it's such a big thing. And I'm like, it's not though. She literally does that every single time. Like, I'm not surprised. I assumed she would. Where did she learn anything new?
Yeah.
Like, oh boy. And then she whoops the guys, but like she already did earlier in the movie. There's like nothing new that happened.
Yeah.
So sad.
I'm not going to call it a terrible movie or anything. I enjoyed parts.
Oh no, it was fine. It was fine.
But Brie Larson, Captain Marvel were part of the least interesting part of it, unfortunately for me. And that was because her backstory wasn't really that engaging. And like, you need to show me a complete story about a character who's learned something or grown or,
Oh. Dude, can I say how annoyed I am that when I was collecting the bad guys in Funko, they don't have Jude Law's character from Captain Marvel, but
Really?
they have Ronan, who just shows up in one scene and looks stupid. And I'm like, seriously, the big bad guy, and you don't even have him for Marvel? Ugh.
Yeah.
And then they have the crawl guy or whatever, and I'm like, that guy was, and I didn't like him.
Yeah.
But that was just me.
Back to Ray.
Oh
yeah. I heard people speculating. Yeah, it was like I said. I don't know if it was true. I've dug around. I guess there were supposed rumors going around that they wanted Ray to have a double-bladed lightsaber and that she was going to have a double-bladed lightsaber and everything. I don't know how true it is, but I thought it was kind of interesting. That being said, I have heard rumors about the porn parody of Rise of Skywalker, and I think they will have a special lightsaber for Rey. It looks something like this.
I was gonna say it probably will be double-sided.
Look something like this, maybe. Sensors for the eyes, but.
Well, I was gonna say the lightsaber that she has at the end but it would be cool if, because the shape looks like it would work. You make it like a gun on one side and a lightsaber on the other. Oh, so if you could like whip it out and shoot somebody, and then do like one of those cool cowboy flips with it in your hand, and then have the lightsaber come out the back end. That's like the best of both worlds. Get a little bit of Han and a little bit of Skywalker.
Just have a blaster rifle like Civil War era. Just have a lightsaber at the bayonet under the barrel, just like.
Oh my God! Yes.
Like this really long rifle that doesn't shoot blaster bolts. It shoots slugs, kind of like what the Sand People did. But then you just run up, and then you just have, and you just fucking skewer a motherfucker like
Dude. I feel like battles would be a lot less messy if they were fought with lightsabers, because no matter how many parts you lose, you're cauterized for the most part, right?
Usually.
So, I mean, like, you get a lot of body parts laying around, but it's not that hard to clean up.
It's just not hard to clean up. Oh, God. Tristan, is he still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What game was it that you showed me? Man, you need to get an avatar. That's fucking creepy.
Like, it's not bad. A little nipple.
It's not bad. Oh God! I'm not saying anything. I am keeping my mouth shut. No, my mind's in a good spot. I am not going to deviate to the corrupt thoughts. I'm staying out of the gutter.
What game are we talking about?
What was that game that you showed me on Steam? The cleaning up after the first-person shooter match.
Oh, Viscera cleanup detail.
Yes, I saw that. There was didn't they have a Santa version of that?
Yes, when you buy it, you get the Santa version.
Yes, I saw someone playing that and thought it was the most brilliant game in the world.
Oh, God, yes.
And I was frustrated because I was watching them play, and I was like, I literally can do that. Like, I'm watching them, and I'm like, I could do that. But That's fun. So did you get to give it a try yet?
You'll be like walking around, you'll find like a tablet on the ground, you'll pick it up, and it's like the hero's like barking orders. It's like, go in, defeat the aliens, and liberate the humans, and then like the last instruction is like, make a big fucking mess and
make a big fucking. And it's just one of those games. It's like the what. It's like what you know. The what if.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's got to clean it up eventually.
So, but yeah, I wanted to get that stupid lightsaber joke in because I took the time. And it's like,
you figured you'd take a stab at it.
Yeah, I figured I'd take a stab at something. You know, it's the raised lightsaber from the porn parody. It's like, you know, there's going to be a fucking parody of it. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, there's a good parody for everything nowadays, and generally they're pretty high quality.
Yeah. All right. So, what is it?
You're like, I'm not touching that
just
one.
For the sake of doing it again, applesauce, everybody.
Just cause?
I'm having more fun with this than I should, honestly.
You know, you got to get a whole soundboard lined up now.
I don't have a sound. Oh God. To do that, I would need. Oh God, I don't know what the fuck I would do with a soundboard.
And you can have all these things and push the buttons and like annoy people with them.
Well, drunk has something on his where he has the Tico, where someone does the the Tico or they do something, and then it's the pixelated Rose Tico dance.
Yeah,
it's like
I love that.
So I have a lot of segment ideas that I want to do. One of them I want to try and get a bigger audience to be able to do. And it's like I want to try and because I told Tristan about this the trivia thing. I don't know if I told you about this too or not.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Just have a trivia segment that's not that legit questions about something, but the answers are just so fucking off the wall.
Oh, okay.
But I said I want to at least try to hit 100 subscribers before I do something like that. Just that's what I want.
Onward and upward.
Yeah.
I'm still alive. I promise.
There are aliens over London.
Jesus, what?
I'm just reporting the news occasionally.
Aliens over London?
Yep. Well, you said that. Well, I said earlier that there is a dinosaur attacking New York, and now there's an alien in London.
What? London's rioting now too?
No. No, aliens. I'm watching a slow screensaver for my Roku.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a big background of things going on in a city, or multiple places actually. So, and there seems to be a robot attacking the was it Sears Tower? Yeah, there you go. Spider-Man's there. Don't worry.
Happy Dinosaur loves applesauce, apparently.
I
thought dinosaurs were carnivores.
Dude, if you put cinnamon in applesauce, it's the best thing ever.
Doesn't applesauce come with cinnamon?
It can, but generally applesauce is just applesauce.
Well, I mean...
You're like, wow.
I don't.
I mean, you could technically get raspberry applesauce. I've tried it. It was disgusting.
I want strawberry shortcake.
Oh my god, that sounds so good.
I made some a couple nights ago.
I'm so sad.
Why?
Because I'm really hungry now and I want strawberry shortcake. I also realized that because of this, lockdown thing, yes. I missed a opportunity to get it at on Mother's Day, because there's a restaurant over here that does free shortcake for mothers, and I usually would go there with my mom and get some. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
So do you want to start talking about mobile games now?
Yeah, so we're gonna get into our I don't know. We're gonna get into our hey man, we're on a roll tonight, okay? We've actually been pretty organized.
Buttered dinner roll that's going downhill. It's super fast.
Yes, so did you see the title I put in the YouTube thing too?
Yeah. It says mobile gamers aren't real gamers.
Like the mobile gamers aren't real gamers edition. I love that. The whole fucking. All right, but yeah. So our roast marshmallows segment tonight. Mobile gaming. So here we go.
Wayne, what if I told you that there was a device in your pocket more powerful than a Nintendo Switch, but it can only play goddamn the shittiest games imaginable?
Gee, I don't know what I
Well, because that's reality. Unfortunately, hell, my phone's 3D accelerator is probably better than this is a Galaxy S8, but it's probably pretty fucking good. Not that you'd want to play anything with it, because all the good games have gone extinct.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I mean, okay, AFK Bard. Since you're a victim tonight, what mobile games have you been caught playing in the past? Yeah, I don't know, couple years.
That's a good question. I did Pokemon Go. I did PewDiePie Tuber Simulator. I got really good on that one, by the way. Sim City. What else? What else did I do? There was a really cool one where you like have a character that flips from like peg to peg, and you have to just like keep it going. I played that one forever.
So how many of these games?
Wordscape.
How many of these games did you pay for up front?
None of them.
All right. If I showed you a cool game on my phone, let me show you one here. One of my favorite games. Yeah. One of my favorite games on cell phone is Super Hexagon because it's fucking awesome. I don't think I can play it while looking at the thing, but yeah.
Is there a point to your over embellished? I said, is there a point to your over embellished enthusiasm, Tristan?
This game costs $3, right? And you can play it all the fucking time. It's great. The game looks great. It plays great.
Mm-hmm.
But the second I mentioned to people that it costs $3, they're like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, well, no, I would pay up to probably $5.99 almost for anything on a mobile phone if it's worth it.
Yeah, but I think
like if it's a good game, I would. But my problem with my phone is that I always run out of space.
Yeah. Well, so the point I'm getting at is that the cell phone market sucks because everything has to be free, and if it's free, it's got to be free to pay. And
it's microtransactions.
And and so that means the game has to be, well, thanks for playing the game, but if you want another try, that'll be $5 for more tries. Or
I did play a game where it actually played ads, and basically if you watch the ads, then you could just keep going. And I was like, that's actually the most
that's nice.
Like I understand that, and I'm okay with it. So, I would just feel like I just keep playing it forever. But I really don't like the games once you hit a paywall because they're all forced to do it.
Yeah.
Unless it's a very, honestly, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've encountered a single free game that didn't have a paywall at some point. And I don't mean it like you have to pay money. It's just like you hit that,
so much of a slog that you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, you get out of the tutorial phase, basically, that lures you in.
It's like they want you like the games that are free to play, especially the ones that I have encountered. They want you to pay, but if you don't, every 2 or 3 turns you have to watch. It plays a fucking ad, and the thing that makes that worse is the turns last maybe 2 seconds. So every 5 or 6 seconds, you have an ad. You have an ad for another shitty game coming up.
Yeah,
and it's like it takes longer for the ad to play than those 3 turns you played. So you're basically shaving time off of your life to play an ad simulator with action bits in between.
Yeah. So the core point here is that you have a powerful gaming device that can play a wide range of nicely playing games, but because developers can't make money because nobody wants to pay for the fucking games.
All right,
Nothing goes anywhere.
I'm stepping away for a second, so
Yeah.
you guys can carry on, but I'm stepping away for a bit.
Sorry, man.
But yeah, no.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm trying to get at. It's
Sorry,
like
man.
you've got this ideal market where you could have all kinds of games doing all kinds of shit. And yet, here we are. No.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted with my dog here. My phone is about to die, and I'm trying to plug it in.
Yeah.
I might accidentally get disconnected.
Yeah. No. So we've entered this phase, and
Yeah.
as I keep saying, like we just don't get these games. So it's like this repetitive thing where like all the games are free to play, and then you got to pay up if you want more features. And it's I don't think at this point it can return back to normal. I think the cell phone game market or mobile game market is destroyed, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never considered it a thing to begin with, like.
Yeah.
And it's not like I was one of those people where I'm like, oh, you're not a gamer if you game on your phone. It was more like I just looked at a phone like a transitory item that you just pass time on. And so it's like, I'm like, what? There was a market to begin with? Because it's just like, if you think about a game, like, okay, you get a choice between spending $6 on a game on your phone versus $6 on a game on Switch. I wonder which one I would rather have it on. The one that's actually made for gaming,
Yeah. And that is part of the problem is the controls.
Yeah. Well, I have seen.
I wouldn't mind you joining Happy
things.
Dinosaur. Sorry. I wouldn't mind you joining Happy Dinosaur, but I'll make sure Lane sees your message. Go ahead. Can you go ahead? Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry. My bad. I just want to respond to Happy Dinosaur.
I'm easy to distract, but that's okay. I'm petting my dog. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think the cell phone market is like just a mass of wasted potential, right?
Yes.
We could have had a better platform. The Switch might not have had an easy time of it if the cell phone market was actually competent, and it's not, right?
I have an idea that nobody ran with. I think it would have been very successful. Well, Apple and Android have this obsession with cameras, right? They're check out our phone. It has an awesome camera. And then the next one's like, ours is better. And I'm like, why don't you make a phone that makes phone calls, that has the internet, but is specifically made for gaming? Actually tailor it to play better games on it. I mean, consider, if you think about it, you could easily connect it to really older games that are in Steam or something like that, and be able to play them on your phone. And if you just gave that option to people, I think a lot more people would be buying that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny
the big problem is you can't play really good games on your phone no matter what.
You mentioned that because it's been tried many times in the past in different ways, and
really?
N-Gage in 2004. I don't know if you heard about the N-Gage.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
So the N-Gage was a mobile gaming phone from Nokia. Of course, it was out in 2004, so you got 2004.
Oh yeah.
And it had its flaws. They did mess up in a lot of places. For example, it's got a cell phone screen, not a gaming screen. Right?
Yeah.
Its resolution's lower than that of the Game Boy Advance, which is pretty bad.
That's hilarious.
The Game Boy Advance was older and had a better screen. So yeah, go figure. But the N-Gage was also a full-fledged phone with an MP3 player and all the other bells and whistles that were available in 2004. It didn't take off. It was expensive, of course. It wasn't a smartphone because those weren't really a big thing yet. And
I feel like there'd be such a market for it now. Well, or at least more so, because I mean, I don't know anybody younger or around my age that is that obsessed with the phones on their phone, the cameras on their phones. You know.
Yeah. Oh, I mentioned that when I bitch about modern cell phones too, like about how like when they do the sale, the sale pitch on their website, you go to Apple or thing, you click on the iPhone page or the Samsung page, the first thing you see is the camera.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't care. Honestly, I'm not that crazy of a person. I can't tell the difference, or if there is a difference, I don't care. Like, just give me a camera on a phone, then I'm assuming it's going to be good because it costs like $400.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, maybe I'm a little wrong on this because I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure the optics on a phone this size are kind of shit, right? So if you really want to take real pictures and you're already spending $1,500 on an iPhone, couldn't you just buy a shitty phone for $400 and buy a DLSR for $1,000?
Well, yeah. I mean, nowadays you could just buy just buy a camera with a digital camera.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems so weird to actually use a camera nowadays, but it's super cheap because everybody's getting phones. You can get like a really good digital camera for like $80, I swear. And then you're good. Just plug it into your computer afterwards, and you got pictures.
Yeah, I bought myself a nice Sony camera a while back, and I've loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I need to invest in another one. I had one and lost it. I don't know where. So it'd be cool. Hello, Mike.
Yeah, I remember the N-Gage too. The N-Gage was a really goofy attempt at a gaming phone.
I didn't have a phone, and I had the money at the time, and I considered buying one, but then I just ended up buying myself a Razr instead, a Motorola Razr.
I had one of those.
Yeah,
mine was pink.
Say if he wants to join the panel, I sent him a link in a Twitter DM. Happy Dinosaur.
Wait, Happy's going to join the panel?
He said if he wants to join, he's welcome to. I don't mind more people. I mean, I've never actually talked to the Happy Dinosaur.
If Happy Dinosaur once breaks character and looks sad, get him the fuck out of here.
I don't think we're actually gonna see his face. I think we're just gonna see some sort of dinosaur avatar. Actually, you know what? I will laugh my ass off.
Happy is advertised.
I will laugh my ass off if he comes on dressed up as a T-Rex.
Dude,
that would be fucking awesome. I don't want to get.
I know a T-Rex dressed up like a T-Rex.
Well.
Are you saying that Happy Dinosaur isn't a happy dinosaur?
Oh, he's probably a happy dinosaur.
If he breaks the illusion and breaks my childlike innocence, he's done.
I hate to break it to you about Christmas and all, but there's no such thing as Santa Mouse.
Did I tell the story of my first disappointment yet on stream? I can't remember.
Aww.
Oh no, you I don't think you told me. I don't think you ever told her. This is actually leading up to the Star Wars and Disney thing, actually.
Oh no, I went to Disney World as a 4-year-old, but like as a kid, you see the castle represented in all the Disney media, especially in the early '90s, right? You see the castle. So anyway, I was 4 years old, and I went to Disney. We finally got to the castle, and then I realized it was just a tunnel. I now when I think back to it, I think that was my first big disappointment in life.
Aww, that's so sad.
It wasn't like an actual castle; it was just a tunnel.
Dude, I loved Disneyland when I was little. It was so much fun. I don't remember much of it. There were a lot of butts, but it was cool.
I went again when I was 7, and I remember that trip a lot more. I barely remember from the 4. But I think the reason why I feel like I was disappointed is because I remember that, but I don't remember much else about the trip.
I really want to get together with a bunch of the Phantom Menace peeps at like Disneyland or Disney World. I know they're talking about coming over to Disneyland at some point, which would be awesome. Because then I could just dive straight down.
You could get people to cosplay as Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson and make them do jet things, right?
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Just like, oh yeah, we have to have like a Kathleen Kennedy and a Ryan Johnson, and they could be dressed up and hold hands and skip through the park together. It'd be awesome.
And chase them around dressed as Jedi.
But yeah, so back to the roasting thing. We weren't done
sorry.
with that. No, it's fine, man. It's
I figured Happy Dinosaur had some stuff to say, but I'm just waiting for him to get on stream.
all right. So for everybody joining us, everybody that's watching, we have a new. Hold on, we have a new face that I've never actually met before. I've talked to him. Happy Dinosaur. Can we applesauce, ladies and gentlemen? Applesauce. I love using that.
Applesauce and happy day to all.
Happy day, man. How's it going? Can you hear me?
All right, my headphones were kind of screwed up there for a second.
That's okay.
Well, I imagine it's really hard to put headphones on a giant dinosaur head.
You think they're hard? They're hard to find, and I had to go through 8 different stores to find ones that fit.
Oh.
They think we're all dead, so they won't make dinosaur-sized headphones anymore. So I got these things custom made.
How does social distancing work as a dinosaur in a store?
You roboted there for a second.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. I was gonna. How does social distancing work in a store as a dinosaur?
Well, they just run away. They just run away from me. They don't really care. Or they just like say, "Oh shit, a big ass T-Rex! Everybody run!"
Oh God, this is awesome.
The clerk had some balls to give me customer service. Like,
It's just standing behind one of those little. Yeah. So cute.
I'm a T-Rex who wears a raptor costume.
As a T-Rex who has a cell phone, I really want to hear your opinion on mobile gaming and.
Oh, simple. It's garbage.
Now, do you say that as a dinosaur that can't see the phone in his hands?
I have a dinosaur-sized phone. What do you think?
He has a specially designed. I have a feeling he has a specially designed T-Rex.
Right? They just sell them in the store. They're tablets.
Especially T-Rex designed.
I have a tablet that don't work. I think it's a dinosaur. It's been around since 2005.
Was it the one? Was it the one Moses chiseled on? Perhaps.
No, I tried that one, but it did not really have much good Wi-Fi. They arrested me for blasphemy. Until I time traveled again.
I think that particular tablet, you have to be either on the mountain or near the Red Sea for it to get good Wi-Fi, and even then, it's only momentary.
I was on Mount Everest, and nothing did not get any damn Wi-Fi.
I hear it has a good connection to the cloud, though.
Yeah.
It has a great connection to Christ.
Oh God.
For when you're using the tablet of God, the best connection is the one to your religious followers to God.
Good Lord.
This might be a story for another day, but there literally is a religious operating system that a crazy man made.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, I want that.
I cannot get any porn on that.
No, it doesn't connect to the internet, but it runs at God's resolution. 640 by 480 at 16 colors.
Oh God.
So he repurposed a Sega CD.
It actually runs on modern computers. The man died a few years back, but this is.
I made such a crappy business decision.
Is this the operating system that they use at the Christian Dinosaur Creation Park? Because that would be wicked awesome.
Dinosaurs do not believe in God. He threw a space rock at us. We disowned him.
I don't think he had much of a choice there.
His head is at a museum and he collects $1 bills for charity.
Oh my God.
Okay,
this is so awesome.
Had a apocalyptic dinosaur versus God movie yet on the Sci-Fi Channel? Because I would love that. An apocalyptic dinosaur versus God movie. We need one of those.
Yes. I'm a movie critic, and I really would love to review that.
Right? Like, think of it like on the level of like just like your sci-fi, mecha something versus
I want special effects that they came from Nintendo 64. I want to have a B-list or a D-list actor as the starring role. We'll say I'm so grateful to my very starring movie. It hasn't been popular in years, but it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be big. A God versus dinosaurs, man. I play God.
Yes, dude. See, that's what we need. I mean, I haven't really been happy since they stopped with the Sharknado movies.
Yeah.
So I need something new.
Well,
Sharknado.
I can recommend to you something I haven't seen in a while. Anonymous Rex.
Anonymous Rex.
A dinosaur detective with one of the Baldwin brothers.
Oh my god! With the F. That has to be like early 90s or something.
2000s
What? As a team,
2004.
as a team,
That's
what's your opinion
embarrassing.
on Whoopi Goldberg and specifically the movie Theodore Rex?
Oh,
You do not talk with
God.
Theodore Rex.
Oh.
It is T-Rex blackface.
No. But she's a robot, so it's okay.
Not her, the T-Rex.
Oh. I would have liked the movie more if they had the dinosaur who played the teenage son in the dinosaur show play that role. I feel like he got cheated out of that role. He was really making it in Dinosaur,
They all were making it until the last episode.
Right? God, what a
I got hit with an
downer!
asteroid and time traveled out of there way before that.
Oh my god,
So
I gotta
it wasn't my
say,
problem.
that was an effing dark show.
Oh,
Or
that definitely was a dark ending.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I
hey,
think
you
the whole
remember all
thing
that
was
happy
basically-
shit? We died.
The whole thing was basically campy fun until the ending, where they just decided to flip you off
Yeah,
of all the
it's
darkness.
like yeah,
So,
they don't.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You already go through the loss of losing a show that's ending, right? Because we all go through that, where it's like, oh man, no more new episodes. But then you get the also, oh man, no more new episodes, and now I know they're slowly dying.
Yeah, it's not like
So
it's not like we'll see them in a reboot. No, they're freaking dead.
Right?
It's like
I
you
wonder
need
what's
And
going on 50 years
we
from
will
now.
not-
Nothing.
We will not get Earl St. Clair's Wild House Party, the sequel.
I mean, present company excluded here. You do know ahead of time that the dinosaurs are all dead already. So
All right.
Actually, we've been underground. There's a really minuscule population what we were before repopulating.
I remember. I saw that. That was the Mario Brothers movie, right?
Yeah,
Actually, we joined up with the Koopas because they've been really helping out with our numbers.
I know that movie gets crap, but I love it.
My stepbrother is part Koopa.
Oh.
We brought him to
Dude.
I was at his wedding with his wife. He did not stop dancing for 6 weeks. We had to call the doctors for him. Or I mean, he essentially.
Are you talking Koopa or Goomba?
Koopa.
Technically, he's
Yeah.
part Goomba, but though he's no part of the Koopa family.
Was Toad there playing his harmonica?
Toad is dead.
Yeah, Toad wasn't even in the Mario Brothers movie. How
Yes, he
lame is
was.
that?
Yes,
wait,
he
oh
was.
wait.
Toad
No,
was
he was-
only a name only of
Yeah, I was
a
gonna say,
a pop up star
Oh.
guy.
Toad
He was a dinosaur guy, right?
He was the bard.
Oh
He-
my
he was the
god,
guy,
that's
he was the guy in the
great.
corner singing the anti-Koopa songs. He was the
Oh,
one that
that's
gets
right, with
transformed.
the harmonica.
Yeah, he's the one that
Oh.
gets transformed into the Goomba. And
I
he's
didn't
the Goomba
realize that was Toad,
they called him Toad. That was his name, but it wasn't actually Toad.
dude.
If you're wondering how dinosaur leadership works, I'll tell you. We pick a bunch of dinosaur president candidates. They fight to the death. Whoever wins is the leader. They're for life. And then we have more candidates fight to the death, and then that leader leads.
What do you do about young upstarts who challenge you out of nowhere? I mean, like you can't be.
And he is president.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there's some pretty quick switches in leadership around that point, but they always rebound. I like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really healthy leadership, you know?
Now, Happy Dinosaur.
Saying?
Happy Dinosaur, before I have to leave a little earlier today, but I did have a question. You know, there's been a lot of evidence suggesting that dinosaurs had feathers, and I would like your commentary. You know.
I
Oh my
shave
God.
my feathers off. I find them annoying.
So you don't have
Every
like
morning.
laser feather removal or
I
anything?
use a razor. Either those things are coming off or come off every day. Every day, I just look ridiculous when I show up to my job. I'm dressed with feathers.
So, wow, what color of feathers do you have?
Oh, I got black and white feathers.
Ooh,
There's
pretty.
on various reasons. I wear a raptor costume also because my nose has an orange tint to it. It looks like someone threw a Parmesan cheese all over it.
So, how do you manage face masks with the face that big?
Well, I have an aunt who sewed me a giant face mask, so it all works out.
Oh, okay.
That thing's the size of a minivan.
I was thinking maybe you use like a pterodactyl wing or something.
Nah, dinocide is very frowned upon. Not a crime, but very frowned upon.
Oh God, that's great. Oh God. Well, I've never actually talked to you before outside of occasional.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you again.
But it is very nice to actually have him here.
Yeah, you sound just as happy as your name.
I am not disappointed. I still believe in Santa and God, and
Now we believe in happy dinosaurs.
yes.
Yeah, they do exist.
Well, except Kronos, you don't believe I'm happy most of the time.
Yeah.
Doubters. I'm a true believer of the happy dinosaur.
It's kind of funny. I mean, whenever I wish someone a happy day, there's like a 25% chance they get confused, and I'm like, how are you confused? Because I'm wishing you a day of happiness.
It's like we're wishing you a good day, man. Don't be a dick about it.
Yep, and there wasn't even vitriol shouted like, "Good day, sir."
I said good day.
One thing, I'm happy. Like, I use the scale of happiness that goes from 1 and all the way to 1 quadrillion.
Well, there's a lot of different
Someone's
kind of happiness
possibly
that you got to rank.
Yeah. But so what we're gonna talk about before I came over here?
We were talking
No,
about
mobile gaming.
how shit it was, and specifically what was shit about it. But I think we
Oh,
figured.
I played Candy Crush for like about a day and realized one thing. You know what the thing was?
What?
What?
I'm paying more than once to play a game. I'm paying. That's why. This is why I don't play World of Warcraft. I am paying multiple times for the same game.
Yeah. It's...
I'm playing a game, not applying for a Costco membership.
Yeah. That's fairly good. That's good. I do not have a Costco membership.
Wait, you need a membership for Costco?
No, I don't have it. But yeah, you do.
I don't. We don't have a freaking Costco up here. We have a Sam's Club.
Oh, we
and
have
a fucking BJ.
Actually, we have both Costco and Sam's Club. My dad uses Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club. Yes, a Sam's Club. It's a very New England thing. Okay.
Oh, we don't have that.
Technically, it's a subsidiary. Technically, it's what owns Walmart, from what I hear.
Oh yeah. No, is it Walmart owns them or is it Sam's Club owns Walmart?
Well, Sam is Sam Walton.
Oh.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
technically, it's American. It's American white trash as Costco.
Yeah.
It's a Walmart
yeah.
with a membership basically.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna knock Sam's Club because you can buy some really good stuff in bulk.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fucking incredible.
No, I used to shop there when I had the chance. And
Like you
it
can, like you can go there and actually buy a box of fucking toilet paper. You don't have to buy 4 or 5 20 package rolls from Walmart. Just buy the fucking box. There you go.
Oh, another Sasquatch. No, I don't want your beef jerky, but I will eat you, chomp.
Do you encounter
God.
very many dinosaurs at your Sam's place?
No, I don't work there. I'm a janitor at a federal building.
Oh, well, that's got to be interesting.
Yep. I don't really fit in there well. Oh, so I got a duck walk across the floors.
Oh my god!
Oh shit.
You know, this could be like a series of comics with just Happy doing everyday mundane things
Yeah.
that like humans do, but
There's got to be a
different,
free comic
obviously.
artist right now to write the story.
God.
They're all
And they
unemployed.
won't even pay me royalties or come up with the idea because I'm not going to trademark my name for a while.
Don't blame you.
It'll be like Happy Dinosaur 1 million.
It sounds
yeah.
like a Terminator model.
Oh yeah.
I want your
sweet.
headphones, your glasses, and your beard.
And then Happy Dinosaur drives away with like little star sunglasses on.
Nah,
No, I want the hard sunglasses, and I drive away, and I ride away on a girl's tricycle. And I can't find a motorcycle. I am physically incapable of riding a bike. I am not anatomically correct for that.
Car pulls up at a red light at night. Teenagers glance out the window. There's just a giant foot and a tiny tricycle underneath it, and they look up, and it's a giant T-Rex waiting at the light.
This fucking thing sitting right in this tiny little thing just so its arms can hold the handlebars and it's just hunched over like this. Like
I want your candy bar, the beer that you stole, and your cell phone to call for a taxi.
Can you call me an Uber, sir?
You order Uber just for one, and then it's a tiny car that comes to pick you up.
Yeah, it's a smart car. It's like, are you fucking with me right now?
I've had that problem. I just sit on the car.
Oh god! It's like,
Or I use
are you
skateboard, depending on if it's a Mini Cooper or not.
Are you mocking me right now, sir? Are you?
No, I'm not mocking you. I have a dino-sized ass that cannot fit in your smart car.
Oh god! What the fuck? This is fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I made a promise to these assholes I call my friends, and
Okay.
tonight.
Well,
Oh,
that's
fine.
okay. Thank you for joining us, man. Like,
I'll
I mean,
join you
I
next
said
time.
thank you for joining us.
I keep forgetting your name. What
It's-
the hell is it?
Wood,
His actual name, or his
wood.
His YouTube name. Okay,
Deliberately hard to
TWPPD.
just because somebody accidentally called him TWOOD once instead of
It was Ethan Van Sciver, and it hurt me.
TWOOD. They called him
I'm technically War Campaign.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in their Discord.
Oh, really?
Hail the Rainbow Schlong.
Did he
That's
ever
a
release
beautiful
Rainbow
name.
Brute comic? I was waiting for that one. I never.
For what?
Oh, for Ethan Van Sciver.
Not you talking about Eve Kabar. What's she saying?
Oh, I have no idea.
All right, guys. I will see you all later.
Yes,
All right,
thank
have a
you for
happy
There
joining.
you go.
Let's get some applesauce for him. Okay. Thank you.
Yay, applesauce.
Have a nice one.
See you later, man. Oh god.
Crisscross applesauce.
I had
Splish
way
splash kiss my ass.
Okay.
I don't get your reference.
We used to do that for kids. It was a song when you sit down and cross your legs. We call it crisscross, and then the sing song would be crisscross, applesauce, splish splash, kiss my ass. You know, kids, crazy kids.
It's like one song I sang when I was a kid. And I'll sing it to you right now. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I turn on the gas, burn off my ass. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I love that. Popeye the Sailor Man lived in a frying pan.
Oh yeah, I eat all the liver, something. Gosh. Well, all the lyrical changes. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in the garbage can. I eat on the liver, something dinner. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Yeah, I remember that.
Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in a section with government cheese.
Oh god!
I can't afford spinach anymore.
Jesus. I must say that my favorite Popeye is Robin Williams. That was awesome.
I think I know the one you were talking about, AFK. It says, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in a garbage can. I eat all the worms and spit out the germs. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
I guess there's no liver involved.
I don't think worms have liver.
No.
Oh, God,
I do love me some Popeye.
I'm kind of hoping that that if someone gets the wrong idea of this thing, they don't take it down because of my delightful double-bladed saber there.
I wonder, you wouldn't really be able to do Popeye anymore. I mean,
Actually,
even
you
if
could,
you tried to redo it, it would be. Yeah. I was gonna say it'd be socially insensitive because he's literally named Popeye and his eye pops out. They wouldn't be able to do something like that nowadays because it would be, mean.
Just give it to Japan and they'll have to say they'll have to say it's culture. Then they can do it.
And then we'll get, but then we'll
you
get
see
it,
Mr. Popo.
But there's the problem. We'll get it in English dubs, and the voice audio will be a little bit behind the mouth moving.
Oh, I love that. Papu Ayu. Yeah, you could take Popeye to Japan. It'd be Papu Ayu.
Papu Ayu.
The Sailor Man.
Oh, I'm gonna say it one more anime. Ask Papu Ayu, the Sailor Man.
No. Paparu, the Sailor Man, because they don't have L's.
Sailor Man.
Yeah, they don't pronounce. They pronounce R's like we pronounce our L's.
They just don't have L's. So they have
Oriental language confuses me.
Japanese is actually one of the most straightforward languages to actually learn. Like
out
of any language, I mean, reading the kanji and the characters and everything, there's a fucking lot of them. But actually learning how to speak the language, it's mostly learning the types of vowels. It's it's like a, e, u, a, o, and then like different letters in front of it.
It's actually really easy to sound things out, or like so basically like I would go to a import store with my mom, right? And I was taking Japanese class, and she'd be like, "What's this say?" And I could read it out loud, and then she'd be like, "What? Well, what is that?" And I'd be like, "I don't know." But it's easy in that way too, as in like you can look at a word and already know how to say it before you know what it is once you learn the basic alphabet in Japanese.
Like I said before, the only words I know in Japanese are "astegasta dayo," meaning I fart now.
So desu ka.
Oh God. Oh, sorry. Been a very long day. God.
Well, was it a happy long day or a very boring long day?
I spent from about what time is it now? This is fucking 10:30 here. I spent most of my day at work. like I normally do. So it's like my old job. I used to have weekends off, but now I work Saturdays, which is fine. I enjoy it. So
Oh, more money.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I finally filed my taxes. I'm hopefully gonna get some money back. We'll see.
Well, hopefully, government mails you that stimulus check.
Well, I got that.
I haven't gotten that yet.
Well, they had the setup where the people who got it immediately were people who had filed online and left their what basically their was it deposit information on or something. So like it was an automatic, just like immediate transfer. And
That's
a lot
what
of
I
other
came to
people
hear
are
about
waiting for
people's
it.
taxes. Very exciting.
Yeah, I know, right? Taxes. But yeah, so this one, hopefully, they'll go faster for me too because I have it set up to be an automatic thing. Because otherwise, they have to deal with the checks and blah blah blah. Technology.
Snabble.
Yeah, right. Give me money, please.
Snabble is Stone Age speak for God damn it.
Oh, go ram it. I prefer sci-fi swear words. That or frau or hazmat or
Frack.
man, what about some other Farscape swears? Oh yeah, frack was a good one. Yeah. Clearly, I need to rewatch Farscape because I don't remember all of the words they use. See, that's the thing. That's world building for you. I don't like it when you go somewhere else and they're using the same terminology as us.
Yeah, like it's basically world building to have more than other swear words.
Mhm.
Because like one thing I found interesting, like the film District 9, is these aliens have their own language, yet they're still saying the F word. Why the hell aren't they saying these things don't have a mouth like humans? They say their subtitles saying the following words. What the fuck are you doing with that machine? And it's not like saying like what the shrapnel are you doing with that?
Did you ever get a chance to see Defiance when it was on Sci-Fi?
Well, I'm gonna break character for a few seconds to tell you this. I was very low functional in the 2000s to the point where I'm actually autistic, but I have not really remember much from the 2000s.
Oh,
so no,
okay.
I can't remember.
That's okay.
Well, hey, no worries,
Climb
man.
the ladder.
Mm-hmm. Totally, that's awesome. And now you're a happy dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good character to be playing. I mean, we definitely need some more humor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't laughed that hard in a while.
I think the last time I laughed that hard was a couple weeks ago, but it was like
So Atlantean, I saw you tying girls to railroad tracks. You want to buy some rope?
Are
you sure? I got really cheap rope. They can't break it.
No, but they might be able to chew out of it. I don't want them to do that either.
No.
I get a chains. I'll get you some nice chains.
I say the ones I grab up are the ones that enjoy biting. They got really sharp teeth and everything. So
I always wondered how you tie people to the railroad tracks because technically it's like, what do you run the rope through? And then I imagine, whenever I watch those movies, I just see them laying there. And I'm like, why don't you just roll over?
It's more a question of tying them to the railroad or over and under the metal parts. Or it's, I think.
I suppose.
I
guess that would be very tedious.
Probably either, well, they never really explained it in the movies, but I have a feeling they probably either staked them down or tied them to something.
A giant magnet.
What?
Yeah. You just stick a magnet in the girl's pants. And then you just stick her there.
What girls are wearing pants in the Western films?
They're little pantaloons underneath their dresses.
They gotta shove that magnet in their panties.
No, girls don't have panties back then. They had pantaloons. Get it right, man. They're the big floofy pants.
Who's the time traveler here? They had bloomers.
Oh man.
Who's the? Oh my god! We gotta have him on again.
Oh man, my jaw
That's
hurts.
good. Oh god.
Out of context, that sounds bad, but
Well, I'm sorry to hear
don't.
that. Hear that. So Atlantean.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm having way too much fun with the banners and with the overlays and everything. I love them right to death. It's a lot of fun.
YouTube is a hobby of mine, so I'm having a lot of fun too with this.
I was like, I don't have much of a choice for it being a hobby. I work a full-time job, but you know,
I'm pretty happy.
Huh?
Wait for you.
Wait
for you to finish. I'm going to be working a full-time job pretty soon. I'm getting promoted with benefits. I at the government job, so I'm going to get health care.
nice.
Nice.
Care. I'm working 6
That's
hours though.
Yeah. No, it's nice working a full-time job.
Yeah, I like
Okay,
my job. Though I realized I was making a mistake for the past few weeks of taking my break in offices. If this is essentially, I got reprimanded my job, which really stressed me out at first. I get anxiety occasionally that won't go away until I nap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got in trouble, or somebody tried to get me in trouble because I was I temp sometimes in a print shop for somebody when they weren't there, and I was on break, and somebody came in and said that I was sitting around doing nothing, and I was like, I was on break. And I was like, how did they know? They walked in and I'm sitting at a desk, right? Like, how did they, like, why are they complaining? So I figured out, I was like, I guess I have to like make it obvious that I'm on break.
Yeah, just have a sign around your neck saying on break.
Yeah, I know. I passed somebody's computer once and they were sitting there at work and they had like a little sign that said I'm on break, and they were sitting there at their computer just eating salad. And I'm like, well, obviously. But then I'm like, well, no, I guess somebody could walk by and be like, oh, how dare they eat salad while they're working?
You gotta put that sign up for the office Karens though.
Yeah, that's true. There is one in my office. Oh my god. I like, before I knew the term. And now I know. And I'm like, yep, that's her.
Oh,
She
Karen.
complains about everything. And whenever we have like big meetings where we get together and like the bosses ask for opinions, she is always the first one to say something, and she never stops talking.
Are we sure that's a Karen or and not a Susan?
Oh wait, what's the difference?
It's actually I think it's a Karen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is a difference. I forgot what the nuance was. I really did, because Karen's been so overused. It's like, okay, Karen.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
saying
like,
overused, but it's just been used a lot lately, and it's like I
well,
forgot the nuance.
misused. You should is probably the more thing, because yeah, it's like there are Karens, but then there aren't Karens. It's like using "okay, boomer" in the wrong context. But yeah, because I'd be curious, because she does have those Karen things, because she will complain about anything and everything.
Yeah.
But then she has opinions just in general, and she just won't stop talking.
Wow.
Even now, I'm afraid she's listening in on me or something.
If you act, but here's the thing: if you act like a Karen, it doesn't matter whether you stop acting like a Karen later on. You're a fucking Karen at that point. It's like the name is stuck with you, and you have about 90 days to wash it off.
Although most women will not admit that, so they can't get clean. I ain't doing anything wrong.
Yeah,
I just don't want any Martians installing my floor.
It's like, I just want to speak to your manager. It's like,
it's so weird, because every person I can remember encountering that had that haircut had the same personality, and I never ever put that together.
They're a hive mind. Haven't you figured this out? They're gonna drag women and give them a haircut. They're gonna take
Oh
over
my
their
God.
mind. They are the Karen collective.
It's that same old bob cut. It's like the half-assed. It's like the bowl cut in the front, and then it's like either shaved off in the back, or it's like.
Well, yeah, it's
kind
kind of like a
spiked in the back, and
lopsided.
It's like you just look at her. It's like, okay, she's gonna ask for the manager at some point because she's gonna get sniffy with her fucking food.
You know, maybe somebody should go undercover as a Karen. You know.
No, because then they would
Karen
start.
Top up the movie. Coming to a red box near you.
Coming to video on demand in July. You know.
Coming to bitch shoot this summer. We're starring Kathy Griffin.
Oh no! Wow.
Karen.
Co-produced.
Oh my fucking Christ.
By Leslie Headland.
Oh God. You know, that's just like a giant train wreck right there.
Oh, that would be that would be a beautiful train wreck to watch, though. It really would. That Kathy, if that was something Kathy Griffin did, she would kill her career a third time.
Well, I think, if I were a filmmaker, what I end my career, I want to end it with career seppuku. I want to make the worst. A 9/11 with rapping pigeons.
Oh my God.
It's a gangster movie. We were where the gangsters aren't even committing crimes; they're just sitting in an office building.
Oh, so white people gangsters, basically.
Yeah. I did get a kick out of those.
Or even a Godzilla movie with only 1 second of Godzilla at the end. He's not in the beginning. He's not even there for 10 minutes. I just have him at the end credits.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing.
It's just a cameo appearance. She just walks on screen, looks, gives like a half-ass growl, like "rawr," and then
he doesn't even growl. We just see him napping. Underground in the iceberg.
My guilty pleasure is the Matthew Broderick Godzilla. Because if you think about it, okay, take out the fact that it just doesn't look like it. Just think it's really crap CGI. You know, like it's a nice, campy 90s, like bad, like comedy sci-fi horror movie with dinosaur things. You know, like it's fun.
Roland Emmerich.
I don't know who that. Yeah,
he's the director of the Godzilla 1998 remake.
Oh no!
Wait, was it the 1998 remake or was it the 2000 remake? I thought it was.
No,
it was 98.
Taylor Johnson with 2012 remake is Aaron Taylor Johnson. 1998 remake is Roland Emmerich.
No, I meant I know what reboot you're talking about. I thought it actually came out in 2000.
Oh,
I didn't know it came out in 1998.
Well, it was just the one. They didn't do anything with it, obviously.
There was a cartoon show.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. They tried.
That. I say
Tropalopalopagus or something.
Your character's bad when his name is only a joke.
Well, yeah.
Mr. Tortellini Topalopala, baby.
I can't remember who I watched review it, but the main criticism was that everybody was the comic relief. And I was like, yeah, that's actually a fair criticism. I never looked at it that way, but the most annoying part of it to me was the fact that everybody was joking about everything, always.
And then it's not really funny at that point.
That and it loses its sense of suspense or dread if they're not even concerned, oh look, a dinosaur, let's crack a joke.
It plays like a failed Marvel movie with its tone.
Yeah. I just really love terrible movies.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Oh, I was just saying I just really love terrible movies.
Oh, I started my movie reviews to fund my B-movie addiction.
Have you watched or reviewed Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie?
Oh god.
That's on my list of things to get to.
Please,
I've seen
please.
clips. I've
You
seen
have
clips.
to.
I've seen clips of Pee Wee Herman in that movie as a vampire. Just that
It's
clip alone gets me intrigued.
the movie is so bad. It's so good. Like that honestly is one of I would put it like top 5 favorite movies of all time because like I've watched it dozens of times. It's so bad it's good.
I basically review movies by way of Twitter poll. When I finish one of the when I finish all 3 of the movies on Twitter poll, I then make a new one to review the movies that was on the next one.
All right, I'll make sure to keep an eye out for that.
Right now, the choices I have are The Hobbit from 1977, the cartoon one, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy 2005, and Jurassic Park.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go in there. I call me old fashioned, but I really want to hear you talk about The Hobbit. I love those animated movies. Okay, let me take it back. I love The Hobbit. I watched that, and I really, really love the crazy Fellowship of the Ring one they did. But then I hated the Return of the King one that they did. It was the first time I had ever been spoiled for anything, and I still to this day resent it. But
fun fact: the Lord of the Rings cartoon one, the sequel to The Hobbit, was made by legendary animator, the anti-Walt Disney himself, Ralph Bakshi. He's made a cartoon R-rated animated films such as Wizards, and Fights and Ice and Fire, and Heavy Metal. I think was one he did.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that Lord of the Rings movie was crack on crack. Also, probably one of my top 10 movies. I watched that a bajillion times, but also because there's really fun scenes in there to just make fun of.
What movie was it?
The Lord of the Rings animated from like the 70s. They had some really odd animation style choices. Like some of it, they had like live action.
Movies, you won't find it. And I searched for it.
There was it's on YouTube, isn't it? I haven't not seen the. Oh, dude, you have to see the animated Fellowship too.
Oh God.
The animation style is completely different. It's literally like experimental.
If I can find in the movies, I will review them.
I think you'll find it on
Akira, and I'm like, if I can find Akira, I will review it.
Yeah, I do think that you can get the animated Lord of the Rings on YouTube because it's that old. But don't quote me on that. But it's totally fun to watch. But yeah, what was the first movie I was trying to pimp at you? Oh yeah, Buffy. Seriously, I love it. They got Christy Swanson in it. They've got Donald Sutherland in it. They've got Luke Perry in it. They've got Paul Rubin in it. They got what's his name? The Rutger Hauer in it. Gosh, there's a lot of fun, crazy actors in there you wouldn't expect.
I don't want to interrupt too much. I found the Lord of the Rings 1978.
Yes.
On YouTube. It's a buy or rent thing.
Oh.
Yay! I can own it and then review it.
And they have an animated version of The Hobbit as well.
Oh yeah, that's what he was from.
It looks so terrible. I'm not gonna
lie.
I
bought it. I actually signed it before, but you're gonna wait till my review to hear my opinion.
The animation style for The Hobbit is very much like The Wind in the Willows. If you remember ever watching that,
It looks like how those Rankin Bass Christmas specials look, only if you animated them.
Or Cabbage Patch Kids from hell.
Didn't they call those Garbage Pail Kids?
Oh yeah, I suppose so.
They look like bootleg Irish Garbage Pail Kids, except for Gabriel. It looks like an old D&D player got lost in a nursing home.
Oh my gosh. Those for the days.
I don't want prune juice. I want to roll the die, damn it.
They're just walking around with this big 20-sided die.
Dude. They see me
He's playing
rolling.
dice under the table, but
It's just that crazy old man. He's rolling it around, and every time he rolls a 20, somebody else says bingo. Like, that's not how that works.
I
like,
want a
what?
100-sided die. Those are
He's
cool.
watching Jeopardy, and he's like, if it rolls a 20, and the answer is what is Lake Michigan?
Oh man, I miss those kind of game shows, but I don't have TV. So,
I disown TV, but my dad still watches TV.
well, yeah.
He
I know
survived in ice for over billions of years, but he still cannot let go of television.
Well, it's something.
How did he get out of the ice? Was it because of a squirrel chasing an acorn?
No. He was frozen with Captain America. And Shield just accidentally unfrozen. It was very, very interesting. They wanted me to pick him up and bring him some pants.
Just imagine that phone call. Hey, sir, we found your father. He's no longer cryogenically frozen. Can you bring him some pants, please? We're tired of seeing his schlong.
Hell no, I'll bring
Do
him a t-shirt.
know there's Captain America somebody?
Dinos are out and proud, damn it.
Good times, man.
One day. Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
How dare you yawn, sir?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Are we boring?
I did that wrong. I did that. How dare you?
Oh.
You ever seen Rocco's Modern Life?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I miss Rocco.
Oh, God. I haven't seen that in
Dude.
ages.
He is my favorite Willoughby.
Actually, it's Wallaby. It's your favorite Wallaby. I can't do impressions, no matter how hard I try.
Don't worry. It's kind of hard to do that kind of stuff. Plus, he's Australian. Australian stuff.
Lethal Lightning can probably do almost anything.
Yeah, he's really good with that Australian accent.
He's one of the few people I've never actually had an interaction with, like, in terms of, like, speaking face to face. The more I think about this, the more I realize there's a lot of people in this community that I really haven't had an opportunity to actually talk to.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're going to have to rotate around here,
Jesus Christ. Now, I'd rather keep you over here, though. You're fun over here. I'm being serious. I'm not being jokey. Huh?
Can I come back sometimes?
Of course.
Yay!
I mean, I'm a small channel. I'm trying to grow, but it's just like this stream is going to be a weekly thing. It's like, okay, because the Saturday stream, the first one, I actually did with Tristan, the other guy that was here.
Mm-hmm.
One day after getting everything set up, this was sometime last year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to set up a stream and have some fun with it. And we were on here for like 4 hours, just me and him talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few months later, we did the same thing. We did it again. And it's like, okay. A few months later, it's like a few months later, like the third time, it's like, I think it was one of those times where I brought you on as well. It's like, you know what? We're not going to do this every few months. We just might as well start doing it like a weekly thing. And that's what we've been doing the past, past month now. I don't know how many Atlantean and TWOODs are on my channel. I don't know how many are there.
I think this is my fourth.
1, 2. I say there's the mobile gamers aren't real. This is the Ocarina of Time isn't all that great. Robert Pattinson doesn't work out edition.
I'm waiting for a 400-pound Batman so we can get a subway tie-in and explain how we got recast in the sequel.
Well, I really want equal representation, and I want kids to know that they could be Batman too if they're fat. So I kind of hope that they have a Batman.
Batman.
No, fat man.
Oh, and then in the first episode, he'll encounter a bad guy who's trying to destroy the city, but he'll find out that the bad guy's fat.
Wait, what? I didn't hear him.
Yeah, what was that?
We need someone less controversial as Batman. Get Michael Moore as Batman.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. Ah, man. No, we just
would just be him shaming that he has wealth. We want to fight we need to fight the Joker. I can't fight the Joker as long as I am the problem and live in America's this financial district.
Michael Moore will be Batman, but he doesn't fight crime in the normal way. He just makes bad movies about them and they off themselves. Like they can't handle the disgrace. It's like, I can't believe I was in a Michael Moore movie.
Oh my God.
Michael Moore is like Donald Trump if you took away all his fucking energy and stretched him out. It's just like,
well, I don't know if stretch is really the accurate term considering his shape.
It's more just put him in a blender with CNN.
He looks like a fucking frog. Like have you seen it? I don't mean like a normal frog. He looks like those like a really fat bearded lizard, just this fucking.
Oh yeah, you know what?
He looks like a frog, a lizard, and Louis Anderson got on a teleporter. Actually,
I remember seeing that episode of Star Trek. I'm pretty sure they were all guest starring.
All four of them had a bad trip to Steve Urkel's changing machine.
And he's like, God. Did I do that? And I'm like, yes, Urkel. You created an abomination. You have made the Fly on steroids.
Well, it's an accomplishment. Maybe he can get into college with that.
It's better than Steele and Carlsbad, I guess.
My God. There was some good shows back in the day.
The Family Matters was a really good show, and the best. It's like the only part people really remember was Steve Urkel, and he was meant to be a side character.
I never watched it.
Never.
He drove me. Few episodes. He was annoying.
That was the point.
Yeah, I couldn't stand him.
Jar Jar Binks before Jar Jar Binks.
That's true. That's true. But he was endearing.
Yeah, I was like, Steve Urkel was funny as hell, like for all the right reasons, not for. I mean, I'm not gonna rag on Jar Jar. I find him amusing to certain degrees, but yeah, and Jaleel White is really funny anyway.
The problem with Jar Jar, because he is very much like Urkel, is that I betcha people would have loved Jar Jar if they had done the other side of the story. Because there's always, if you watch an episode of Family Matters, it's Urkel does something stupid and he aggravates and aggravates and aggravates to the point of conflict. Then he does something super endearing and super honest, and you see that whatever he's doing has a meaning. So if Jar Jar Binks is being really stupid and doing a lot of stupid stuff in the Phantom Menace, if you have a moment where he is self-aware of that and feels bad about it or something like that, he would be instantly more of a character, But he literally was just a bumbling idiot.
I woke up my dad.
Hmm?
Sorry, I muted the mic. I woke up my dad for a few minutes.
It's okay.
Oh no, that's okay. No worries. But yeah, I don't know. Urkel was awesome, and they just failed on the other end. But no, he was annoying too. So the shows I watched were what was the other one? The one with Kirk Cameron and Alan Thicke.
What?
There was a family show in the 90s, kind of like Family Matters, but it was the Seaver family.
Growing Pains, I think.
Growing Pains, that was it.
Was he on Growing Pains? Yes, he was.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed that one.
Laughing about. It was an old show. I never really watched it.
I watched it because that was the first time you got Leonardo DiCaprio. I remember they introduced this character, and I was like, "Who is this cutie?" He played the was it the kid from across the tracks? Who like had an abusive dad, or like who ditched him basically. So he basically moved in with the family for like a season and a half or something. He was so adorable. I'm allowed to say that because I was a kid at the time, okay? It sounds creepy now.
I said nothing. I'm not even laughing at you.
I had his magazines and stuff, like the Teen Heartthrob. And...
I'm laughing at something completely different.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna show you guys because it's fucking great. Come on, where is it? Pictures, because it's all right. See if this loads up. All right, you guys ready for this?
Should I cover my eyes? Is it indecent?
It's fine.
Well, our guys,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
well, your
Oh my
insurance
God.
is going to go up a couple Mario coins.
That's beautiful.
It's so horrible. Like that. What? How the? Like that's bad for the turtle. Like I'm hoping the turtle's okay.
I feel like that turtle might not have survived that.
Probably not. Yeah.
That's turtle soup at that point.
But the fucking
Nah, it's just turtle tofu at that point. You can't get any soup out of that.
I think of that.
Yes. Hello. the fucking turtle. Oh god.
I haven't bought anybody in Mario Kart since the OG.
Well,
I've never
I
played Mario
gotta go
Kart.
now. I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
Aw.
Happy night, everyone.
Thanks, Happy.
Thanks for joining, man. For real.
Yeah, you're
Thank you for
hilarious.
inviting me.
Happy that he's got a good sense of humor. Have a good have a good night, man.
Yeah,
And
good
can we get
night,
some
yeah,
applesauce
yeah.
for him too? Applesauce.
Yay,
Ready?
applesauce.
Although that guy is awesome.
Totes.
I like him. And there were two.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna win.
Why?
Well, there's only two of us left. I'm gonna win.
You're gonna win what?
I don't know. I'm just very competitive, so I'm gonna win.
Yeah, let's not touch that one. Oh god.
Doop, doop, doop. My dog has an upset tummy. There's some news.
So yeah, I'm not really sure what to talk about now.
I
we're
know,
all
right?
talked out. We didn't even finish our roasting session because it's
Wow.
like it didn't go the way I was expecting it to go. It's like okay,
Well,
but that's fine.
yeah.
At this point, just wind down time. I've been trying to have because that's what's going on. I don't have a fucking audience talking to. I might as well end it at least, and then we'll keep talking afterwards for a little bit.
Well, it's been a good stream, man. It was nice and strong the whole time.
Yeah, it was focused.
Mhm.
So for anybody, sorry, anyone's still watching, thank you for as I look at the little eye that says no fucking viewers.
Aw. No worries. They'll come back and watch it later.
Thank you
Whenever
for
I miss
watching.
your stuff, I do.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we will catch you all later.
Bye.